Yeah, for sure. So we are about to begin episode 221 of Game Speak Podcast. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to the 221st episode of Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Also, we're streaming basically to Facebook, YouTube, everything. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Badonkadonk Bass.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That big old badonkadonk. It's one of the worst words ever created.
Badonkadonk.
It's so much fun to say, though. I don't know.
It kind of grosses me out. Like, I want to know what human being was sitting there and he like looked at a butt and was like, "That's a badonkadonk."
Damn.
Whoever it
boy.
was, I imagine they look just like Toby Keith.
Do you think is he the one that came up with that, or did he just popularize?
I'm gonna
the term?
give him credit for it.
Surely I had to
that
be slang
honky
before
tonk,
that. Yeah,
badonkadonk.
I had to have been
Yeah.
around before the song.
I don't know.
I feel like he got it from somebody. Like they were chilling, they were like drinking some beer or something, and like he looked over at like some girl and like he was just like, "Now that's a badonkadonk," and he was like, "Dude, that's a perfect word for my new song."
Damn.
I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with honky tonk.
I'm gonna put that on my album.
Got past my
What's up,
writer's
Drive
block.
By Joe? But yeah,
Hello, Joe.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a good
So-
time, but we just started talking about badonkadonks. And,
That other voice you hear is.
it's Devin the Rhyme Slayer Mayer. You know?
For once, it's not about cocks.
Thank you.
But-
I appreciate
It's hard
that.
to just, negate the cock talk from Devin's name.
Yeah,
You know?
it really is. His name just works.
Not even sure
With
why I'm on this show.
Lots of phallic things we can say about Devin's name, but let's just move
Solely
on.
because-
Yeah. Like, we want to leave him in this embarrassment for too much longer.
Right now, he's the Rhyme Slayer.
Yeah. So give us a rhyme real quick. Devin,
Oh
could
no!
you
Whoa! Don't put me on the spot. Like that. I claim
Now
no
bust a
musical
rhyme.
talent. No, I claim no musical talent, guys. That's y'all. That is all y'all. Brent be spitting the rhymes in the pre-show. We
Yeah,
ought to do
Brent-
like a
Brent-
pre-show
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, we could do for the Patreons.
pre-show show,
All the
yeah.
Patreons can watch me bust a rhyme.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
what we should do. That should be
Yeah.
one of the tiers.
Straight up, $20 a month. I'll bust a 30-minute freestyle.
A 30-minute freestyle. Break could actually last in a 30-minute freestyle.
I'll
I
probably
think,
have
so.
to think about it every 3 or 4 minutes, But
I'll be like the hype man in the background. Blah! Like,
yes, dude. Yes. We'll have a GameSpeak cipher, dude. If you
Oh, man.
if you guys get enough,
Make it all about
Patreon.
games. That'd be tight, actually. That'd be really fun. Anyways,
So guys, what are y'all
What's
been?
that? Yeah.
Oh, Jamal,
Oh, yeah.
is your head lighter?
yes, my head is lighter. My whole body is lighter.
Yeah, I meant to comment on your beautiful dome.
Thanks.
know?
Looking
Yeah,
sharp,
I was-
sir. Looking. Oh yeah, he got a haircut. A very big haircut. too.
Very short compared to what it was. I had like the Scott Sapp lead singer of Creed hair for a long time. It was literally down past my nipples.
You're
if I
pushing
let
like
it down.
Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, it was getting there, dude.
Yeah, now
And-
you kind of look like Salt Bay, dude.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was actually just sprinkling some salt on
You
some
need those-
tacos earlier, and
Bro,
I was thinking about
we
it.
got to get you the glasses he wears. That would be sick.
Yeah, dude, I'll be the Salt Bay of GameSpeak podcast, but
Yes.
because I'm the saltiest guy on the podcast, I always bring the hate. But no, that's the thing though. Once y'all lay something out, I'll sprinkle a little salt on it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be
Yeah.
tight.
I'm
Never-
telling you, you just need to wear those glasses, and anytime you say say something salty, you just pop those bitches on.
Like,
Put a
that's
little
actually
salt
a good
in the
idea.
conversation.
Anytime, like, y'all see me put the glasses on, that,
Oh,
oh,
here
great.
it
I like that. I like that a lot.
We just don't explain it to anybody
No.
from here on out.
But yeah, so besides that, I watched some Panic. Finished that show that I was talking about.
Panic?
The one that I said it was similar to like a Hunger Games type
The
situation.
teens died.
I
and
don't
this and that.
remember this, to be honest with you.
So-
I'm sorry.
We did talk
It's
about
an
it a lot last
Amazon
week.
Prime show. All right, so Amazon Prime, Panic is the show that is based in some town in Texas that doesn't actually exist, but for the show it does, and every year this.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
now. I
so
remember
like
now.
they have these games where like you have to play it, and there's a huge twist at the end. I have to say, very subpar writing. Like there's a lot of plot holes, but it was very fun. It was entertaining. You know,
I've found a few shows like that myself in my time, you know.
Yeah,
You
I'll-
just kind of like you're like.
Or you just accept the show
it's
for
like-
what it is
Yeah,
and
it's,
like,
it's a
Exactly.
good
enjoy
watch,
it
and you're
anyways.
like, fuck it, like
Yeah,
let
like-
it slide.
even had to go on to like Reddit and like post a complaint in the subreddit about it. Like I was like, all right, so anybody gonna talk about the fact that in this episode, you know, this thing happens which makes no sense whatsoever, but they just threw it in there to make the plot work, and then everyone's like, yes, I fucking know what you're talking about. And I was like, I knew it. I knew I'm not the only crazy person here that's just like so bothered by this. But the rest of the show was great. Check out Panic if you just want a fun, you know, I don't know, a fun time. That's the word for it.
When Invincible Season 2 comes out and I resubscribe to Amazon Prime, I'll check it out.
I was just about to say I sometimes forget that I'm subscribed to Amazon Prime. Like I haven't been on it. I haven't looked to see if there's any new shows in a minute. I'll definitely have to check Panic out though.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and by good, it's good. It's not great. It's not awesome. It's good. You know, and
Take it for what it is.
yes, just go in and you know, like expect a fun time. Anyways, what about you guys? What did you guys do this week?
I'm going to Vegas on Thursday.
Woo!
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really psyched. I'm fucking. It's me and my girlfriend's anniversary, and we've kind of just been like stepping it up year after year. Like last year we went to Colorado, and that was really sick. And this year we're going to Vegas. So
So next year's like out of the country.
no,
and
next
then after
year,
that,
next
it's
year
like
we're
space?
starting up at the bottom again and working our way back up to like a Vegas tier.
Wait, what do you mean? Like restarting? Where are you gonna go back to the
I'm
bottom?
just kidding.
Oh, I was
probably do
like-
something dope
I
again.
was like, I expect you guys to go to space at some point.
We just contract
And then
SpaceX. Fucking.
Just a gradual incline.
Yeah,
of
this year
distance.
me and Elon Musk linked up, and he's gonna launch us fucking in a Tesla to fucking the moon.
You're in that roadster that's like in orbit around like, the
Gonna-
fucking
gonna
moon
achieve
or whatever.
plaid.
Yes, dude.
Coming back married. I I was about to say that too.
Oh.
No, I don't know about all that.
That's what you get for waking up in Vegas.
More
Yeah.
like coming back broke.
Eh,
We're gonna have a good time though. I'm excited. I love gambling. I love hanging out in fancy restaurants and shit. So we're gonna have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'll make a lot of money.
I like free alcohol.
Maybe. I doubt it. Yeah, I
Is
like
that-
free
yeah.
alcohol.
Oh, the
I
free
like
alcohol in
not free
casino.
alcohol too.
And the
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure if if there's real alcohol in that shit sometimes. There was
The ones
one,
they bring you at the casino?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
yeah.
definitely alcohol
I
because
don't
they
know.
want you to be fucked up and spend all your money.
Well,
Fucking
they lost money on me because I drank all night over at the Le Berge.
the
and-
bear.
And I didn't
Berge,
play a
La
single
Berge.
game.
No, and I gambled all night too. But I came out $20 on top because
Nice.
I got a
Hey,
little
that's a
frugal
good
with it,
night, dude. If I can have
Yeah.
a good night like that, that's a good night.
right? And
I'm
so- but no, I
anticipating
didn't get-
losing everything. So if I even have a little money left over at the end of the trip, I'm gonna feel like a winner. You know
Nice,
what I mean?
nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Even breaking even in a gambling scenario is always good.
You could always sell yourself after, you know, like
It's legal,
Yeah,
right?
it's. I thought prostitution in Vegas is legal,
I
right?
think a lot of things are. I think weed's legal down there too. A lot of cool stuff is legal down there. Prostitution.
Lots of cool stuff.
Lots of-
Prostitution.
It's the what do they call it? It's Sin City. You
yeah,
know?
it's
The
Yeah.
city of
the
sin.
city of sin. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So-
So,
Yeah,
I gotta-
except for I'm probably gonna tell you guys everything that happens
Yeah.
in Vegas on the podcast, like the Monday after we get back on like Sunday night. So I'm gonna like do the fucking typing for the podcast like on the plane ride fucking back, probably.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I'll play one of the Silent Hill pachinko machines or something.
You know, I would be so down. I actually watched like a 30-minute YouTube documentary about pachinko
machine.
last night. It's super interesting. They're into that shit in Japan, dude.
I
It's
know.
Like serious.
That's where their money. That's why Konami's like not fucking with video games anymore because they make so much money off of pachinko.
It looked fun.
Fucking gambling
Honestly,
addicts.
if I was in Japan, I might fuck around and play a little pachinko. You
They
know
look pretty
what I'm saying?
crazy. Some of them look pretty crazy.
It looks like a good time.
A bunch of stuff going
It's
on.
like pinball and the slot machine
Yeah.
mixed together. Like, I don't know.
Someone said I paid a lot for Sweet and Low in Vegas once by accident.
Oh man. I hope I don't make the same mistake.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, can you elaborate on the
Yeah.
Sweet and Low
Yeah.
scenario?
Are you diabetic?
I
Like,
gotta
did you pay
avoid
too
the-
much for the Sweet and Low sugar alternative, or are we talking about prostitution?
Is this some kind of
Wait, are
code
you really
word?
lost on that?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Oh. Well, I don't know either.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Wait,
No, I
is this some
didn't
kind
know.
of prostitute thing?
No, why would he pay a lot for Sweet and Low? What does it look like?
I don't know. Maybe he went to
Coke.
Walgreens and they
It
had
looks
a bunch.
like Coke.
Oh.
I thought y'all got it, and like we were just like playing
No,
dumb.
Look,
Oh.
you know,
Sorry.
you know, we have virgin ears. Okay. It's like,
I get it now. Coke.
Charlie Sheen. He said Charlie Sheen.
I'm still over here. I still don't get the reference. Who's Charlie Sheen? No, just kidding. But anyways,
Oh fuck.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
that'll
they
be-
just went to like a really expensive. They just really wanted some Sweet and Low.
Yeah, I
and
was
they,
like, is this
they
guy
were, like, willing
diabetic?
to
And
like pay an extraordinary amount for the Sweet and Low.
I thought it was prostitution. I don't know. Her name was Sweet and Low.
Her name is Sweet, and she got low.
Heyo.
All right,
Anyways,
so,
what about you, Devin?
yeah, what you been up
what
to?
have you been up
A whole lot of nothing. I was still kind of healing from the whole wisdom teeth stuff, but that's a lot better now.
to? Oh,
No more pain for that.
good.
So
That's good. You
yeah.
can use your mouth now.
I can eat solid foods again. It's so nice. I was like starting to shed weight too. I should maybe go back to it, but no. Other than that, I've just been big chilling. I did watch. I started the whole Harry Potter series,
Oh, nice.
and I'm on the 6th one now.
Ronald Weasley. The only thing I can think of. It's like, it's not, what is it? It's like, it's not a Wingardium Leviosa. How does he say it?
No, it's
yeah.
Hermione that says
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah,
like.
it's,
not
it's
Leviosa. It's Leviosa.
Leviosa.
It is. What is
You're a
Snape
wizard,
say?
Harry. I'm a what?
It's like Leviosa. Like, who does that part?
I think
No, that's
that's out
like
of
a
a
parody
YouTube video.
That's what
yeah.
I'm talking
I
about.
think it's
That's
Ron-
Snape on the
Oh,
on the
okay.
parody.
Oh,
On the parody. Well, it's like everybody because it starts out and Hermione's like a little puppet and she's like, "It's
No, not
Leviosa."
that one. Not that
And
one.
then like they
different
all
one. This
come
is
in.
a
and-
cartoon.
Yeah, this
no,
is like
I know,
an
I know.
animated-
It's like they're all little puppets, right?
No.
This one's out of a cartoon.
Yeah,
The
it
one
was
that
an
you're thinking-
animated thing, and
Yeah.
the
You know
guy's
what I'm
like,
talking
I know the
about,
one
though,
you're
right?
talking about.
I
It's
thought
like a
that was
song.
from that, where it's
No.
like the Harry Potter Puppet
Ron
Pal
Weasley.
video.
no,
and
not
shit
that.
like-
It's like this horrible, like horrifying animation.
Oh wait, I
They're
know
like-
one you're
they're
talking
like
about.
real,
Where he's
like,
all
squish
yeah,
face.
Yeah,
Squish-
that is
and he's
one.
like,
That is
he's
Snape.
like,
That's
oh,
one of
Ron,
those
stop it.
Oh god.
Anyways, yeah.
It's so terrible.
We-
Oh, but by the way, guys, y'all got to go on Netflix and watch the new season of Love, Death, and Robots.
I didn't even watch the first
I'm-
season.
You got to watch the first season. I binge watched the
Can
whole
I-
second season in one sitting.
Yeah, can I borrow one of y'all's Netflix logins to? I just want to watch that. I loved the first season.
I would, but I'm borrowing it from my mom. So I can't just spread it that far.
God
yeah.
damn it!
I would let you borrow it if I didn't already have it like given to 3 different people like in my family. So
No, it's okay.
I can't.
You got to
do it.
watch it, though. It's really good.
Yeah, I've heard. I might just see if
Just
I can
get a trial
go about
pass.
it other means. you know,
I'm
other ways.
jealous of Jamel, who hasn't seen the first season. You're in for a treat.
It's really
It's
really good.
So good, and every episode is only like 15 minutes long
Yeah.
or so. So it's like,
Is it like Black Mirror type stuff?
yeah, but
Well-
like way like more. It's like a little more lighthearted than Black Mirror. Well, it depends. Some of them are pretty dark.
No,
but
it's like
it's
the best
really-
I can describe it is like a bunch of animators got together and they all did just like flex pieces in their own art style.
Yeah,
Nice.
And they're all in unique stories and everything.
Yeah, every episode is animated completely differently. Like some are like anime style, and some are like so like close to realism. It's
Yes.
like you could mistake it for CG from a movie. Like if they were
Yeah.
to just implement it into a scene in a movie and then like go back to live action, you wouldn't notice at all.
Some of the best
You know what I
mocap,
mean?
yeah, some of the best
It's
mocap
incredible.
and CGI that I've ever seen in like a CGI short and everything. You've got to watch it.
Is it better than Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, dude?
Uh,
The peak of CG,
the
dude.
ultimate fucking.
Yeah, dude. I went back and tried to watch that recently because I was like, maybe everyone was just hating because it wasn't what they expected. Nah, that shit was horrible. That was a bad movie, like really bad.
You know what doesn't look like a bad animated movie is that Resident Evil Infinite Darkness coming to Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
Have
that
you
looks
seen the
good.
trailer for that? It
Yeah.
doesn't look so bad. you
No, it
know?
doesn't.
Is it live action or
It's animated, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
They're doing another live action.
yeah, they are doing a live
Yeah,
action, but
that's
it's coming out later, I think.
Yeah, and it's like about Wesker, like the show that you're talking about, the live action show.
Oh.
It's like Wesker.
I thought it was gonna be like the
Oh,
first
Another
game.
show that I did watch.
No, that's
too.
the animated. No, they're doing a live action one that follows the first game, but they're also doing like a live action show about Wesker. They're doing a movie that follows the first game on Netflix, but there's a show that's all about Wesker coming out.
Oh,
And it looks like a CW show. It looks really bad.
weird.
Well, a show that's really good. Did y'all watch Loki?
No.
No.
Yeah. It's actually really cool. It's introducing a whole nother part of like the Marvel universe, and setting it up for the MCU. It's 2 episodes in, and it's really good. Honestly, I think
There's
like and
more?
it's high like production quality. Huh?
What do you mean they're opening up? They've already got like 9 million movies. What are they gonna do?
No, they're going in a whole nother like there's.
I'm never gonna watch these now because like they have like 100 different characters now, 100 different movies, like, and then they're adding more characters in movies.
What do you want? Less characters? In
How am I
movies?
supposed to catch up? How am I supposed to catch up to all this?
Do you want the same shit just over and over? Like I'm confused.
No, I just don't know what to do
No,
at this point
so
because
after
it's
the
like
whole Thanos.
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 Right,
after-
the Thanos.
After the whole Thanos bullshit, like they had to go somewhere, and this is like the next like phase, the next Marvel phase.
Heard.
Yeah, and it's got a lot to do with time and shit. I'll tell you that.
Mm,
It's really like the new Loki show is pretty interesting.
Well,
interesting. I don't care till they bring the X-Men back, dude.
yeah, dude, not till then. But anyways, let's get into the
Yeah,
video
let's-
game stuff, guys. And just so you guys know, we're using video game news articles from around the web. We're just bringing them all here. None of these articles are our own, but we got to give you the news. And since we were talking about pachinko machines and Silent Hill, I figured we should jump into this Alex Jones conspiracy theory type shit right here, right off the
Yes.
bat.
That's what I'm talking
So-
about.
So this comes from Jordan Alleman at IGN. He says, something very strange is going on with Abandoned right now. The PS5 exclusive is the subject of a rumor mill that's pointed to it being a Hideo Kojima game, a Silent Hill game, or perhaps even both. All while the game's developers repeatedly insist it isn't any of those things. So what is Abandoned? Why have the rumors started? And when will we find out more? He's rounded up everything we know, which is back in early April, Sony revealed a PS5 exclusive game called Abandoned
Okay.
from developer Blue Box Game Studios. A short teaser trailer provided a glimpse at the eerie game, which is billed as a first-person cinematic horror survival shooter. Thanks to its content and the fact that the studio was relatively unknown beforehand, comparisons to games like Silent Hill and Hideo Kojima's PT were drawn almost immediately. Famously, Hideo Kojima used Joachim Mogren and Moby Dick Game Studios to reveal the Phantom Pain back in 2012 before we knew it was Metal Gear Solid 5. Knowing the auteur's history of ruses and subversive marketing campaigns, fans started to surmise that Abandoned might be a secret Hideo Kojima game, and perhaps even the next Silent Hill. As the rumor mill started to turn and fans dug into the lacking social media presence of Blue Box Studios, which is the studio issued an official response to the rumors on its website, saying, We have no association with Hideo Kojima, nor do we claim to have any association, nor was it our intention to claim such a statement. The statement reads, "We are a small group of developers working on a passionate title we wanted to work on for a long time." End quote. So there we go. Abandon is not a Hideo Kojima game. I even spoke to game director Hassan Karaman at the time to confirm it. Quote, "At first, I was receiving messages from people telling me that they've been watching me and that I, as Kojima, used some marketing tricks to promote his next game. All I wanted to do is to tease our game. Regarding our social media presence, we're a small team and not a big AAA studio. It's already hard work to work on a highly polished game for PS5, so we really can't spare the time to work on our social media presence full time, while it is important." End quote. So why are we still talking about Abandon as the next Silent Hill / Kojima project? Well, the game is going to be formally revealed on June 22nd as part of a special app you can download on your PS5, which will feature a series of real-time trailers from the game to demonstrate gameplay. In the run-up to Abandon's gameplay reveal, the developers have sent out some curious tweets that have sent Silent Hill and Kojima fans down a rabbit hole. On June 15th, Blue Box tweeted this: Guess the name. Abandon equals first letter S, last letter L. Reveal closing in. This led many fans to believe Abandon's official title is Silent Hill. But Blue Box then followed up with another apology. Quote, "We wanted to set things straight."
What?
Yeah. We have no relations with Konami. Silent Hill is owned by Konami. We do not have any relations with Hideo Kojima. It was never our intention to tease the name as Silent Hill. We sincerely apologize for this. So again, there's Blue Box saying that Abandon is neither a Silent Hill or a Hideo Kojima game, but that hasn't stopped the rumor mill. Fans have unearthed a mountain of potential clues. Some of these clues include, to start, the names of those apparently involved. Hassan Karaman has the same initials as Hideo Kojima, and if you translate Hideo from Japanese to Turkish using Google, you get Karaman. Some have speculated that BB Game Studios could also be a reference to the Bridge Babies or BBs from Kojima's Death Stranding.
Wait, but don't they have other games at Blue Box Studios?
No, so they've only had like one other project under their name, and it was a game that got canceled and never came out. And then also basically their logo looks like the hand and it, like from Death Stranding or whatever. Not only that, all the pictures of the developers that work for this company are stock photos. None of them are real like people have traced them back.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is definitely a
what
thing.
the fuck? This is a deep conspiracy.
Yeah,
here.
if there was ever way to like garnish hype about a release, though, I mean, this is a damn good way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And I like
Garner.
some of the other things. It says there are no saved trademarks for Blue Box Game Studios, but their trailer claims that that it is. Blue Box Game Studios' YouTube banner is a bunch of hills. The Blue Box Game Studios logo is basically PlayStation Studios logo colors inverted. Blue Box is Blue Box is a term used for phone scams. Employees at company LinkedIn profiles use stock photos. So like even on their LinkedIn profiles, it's all stock photos. And then so Hideo means hero. And then Karama or whatever, the head guy at the studio, his name translated means hero as well. Like, so it's like all these things like that are adding
That's
up.
pretty weird, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind
What the
of
fuck?
a believer, man.
Well, tomorrow's the 22nd. So we will see.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be the official reveal and everything.
Yeah, well, the official, and they're putting out an app just specifically to show you the trailer to this game. Like, who does, especially a small studio? Why would Sony let them put out an app just to show you a trailer to this game?
App's a lot of money to just throw out there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I will say this though, if it's first letter S, last letter L, then it's not Silent Hills like the game that was gonna come out. You know what I mean?
It's just Silent Hill.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be PT. You know that, or it's not going to be Silent Hills or whatever. But I
Why
really
would they be so vocal about denying it? You know, like if it is you.
because I think it's
know?
part of the thing. You know, because apparently back in the day, whenever he was doing the Phantom Pain game, and like people were like, "Oh, this is a Metal Gear Solid game" or whatever. they kept the team that he was working with kept saying that they had nothing to do with Hideo Kojima. Like they were doing the same thing online. Like this is the second time this has happened.
Weird.
We'll see though.
But he was so vocal about his involvement with like Death Stranding and shit. You know what I mean?
But Death Stranding wasn't a secret. You know, like
I know, but why? Like.
because he had just left Konami.
I
and
guess
stuff.
because it doesn't have any hype. He's
Yeah.
gonna build up hype for a new IP.
Yeah, like back whenever Phantom Pain was coming out. Drive by Joe says I think it got pushed back till this Friday. Oh, okay. So
I'm looking to see if I can find
see when the
anything.
trailer's coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty hype. You know, I don't know if it's like
Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's
according
Gay
to-
Frog's level of like conspiracy theory.
I
but
mean, there's a lot of
it-
fishy shit with that. Like
Yeah, man.
the whole S and the L, and then the hills and then the stock photos.
and Jason Schreier was looking at all the stuff, and he's like, I'm convinced. He was like, you know, and Jason Schreier typically, whenever he gets on something, he don't fuck around, you know, like, and
Yeah, and you're right. Why would they make a whole app out of it if it wasn't something like
Yeah, so-
relevant to
Big,
PlayStation and big? You know.
yeah, Sony wouldn't let just this small developer make an entire app to put out on their like.
just to showcase
yeah.
trailers.
yeah, it's like go to
they'd
YouTube
be like, make a fucking demo, bitch. Like, you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
or put a YouTube
Interesting.
video up. Why does the trailer have to be in an app? You know what I'm saying? I bet you there is
Yeah.
a demo though in that app. Who wants? How much you want to bet it's a Silent Hills like PT type demo? Oh man.
Oh, bro.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
excited
man.
for
That's
that.
that's what
I don't
they-
even have a PS5, and
That's
I'm
what
excited.
PS5 needs right now is some kind of just hot shit like that to counterbalance all this E3 hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. All the like, I'm an Xbot, and I would be excited for PlayStation if this was the thing. Like,
Dude, heck yeah.
fucking Xbot.
that's what they call me, bro. I'm the Xbot. But anyways,
Brent, you go ahead. I
Yeah.
did not come prepared with news today because I wasn't sure with how we did E3 last episode.
Got you. Okay.
I can get some
Um,
stuff though.
Here we go. Tetris Effect Connected, an expanded version of Tetris Effect, which adds multiple new multiplayer modes, is finally coming to PS4 in July. And it will include crossplay across all platforms as well as support for PlayStation VR. The game was previously an Xbox console exclusive, releasing the same day as the Xbox Series X and S. It also came to Game Pass the same day. Tetris Effect Connected will be a free update to all Tetris Effect owners on PS4.
nice.
So that's
We're about
pretty
to
cool.
get extended, dude.
The extendo, you
Mhm.
know.
Love that.
Oh, and real quick, so I'm seeing an article right here. Apparently, a PS5 exclusive Abandoned will eventually make its way to PC.
That makes sense though. But like
Yeah.
all you know, PlayStation exclusives are
'Cause
coming to
it's
PC
Silent
now.
Hill.
That I don't think because it's Silent Hill. I think just because it's a Sony exclusive now. Like they're going to PC for whatever reason now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
smart, dude. They're getting that money.
Yeah. Joe Screbbles at IGN says EA will reportedly announce the revival of a fan favorite series at the upcoming EA Play Live event. GamesBeat's Jeff Grubb first teased that EA Motive was working on an, quote, established IP, end quote, which Eurogamer has now corroborated. In a subsequent stream, Grubb said the game would be revealed on July 22nd at EA Play Live, so next month. Naturally, speculation has already begun as to what the franchises in question could be, with many latching on to Grubb saying, quote, we're going to see it if we're not dead first, end quote. Many have taken this to mean the revival will be the long dormant Dead Space, although Grubb has also playfully teased fans' guesses on Twitter.
I've heard some rumors about a Dead Space remaster recently.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's what it would be, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to multiplayer that. This is EA we're talking about.
True,
You know-
but Dead Space. Okay, so a few things about EA and the lessons they've learned from games like Anthem and shit. You know what I mean? I feel like EA is starting to take a step and like, okay, Mass Effect Legendary Edition did great. Anthem didn't do great. Maybe we should start focusing on a little more single player shit to give people what they want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, though, what it could be. My only other thing that I could think of would be, like, 007 or, like,
Well, there's in there.
Medal
somebody's
of
already
Honor.
Working on a 007 right now, right?
Are they?
I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
not
Fucking the
007.
Hitman guys.
Yeah, it's the
IO.
Hitman
Yeah.
team. So, EA...
Dude, I hope Dead Space, man. Honestly, I hope it's either Dead Space 4, which could be sick,
Yeah.
or
A
a
reboot.
remaster of the original Dead Space. Honestly, you just put a fresh coat of paint on it. The gameplay is great on there. It still holds up really well. Like Dead Space is it's still a good game if you go back
And it's
play
old
it.
enough for a remaster like it
Yeah,
did, like Mass
You
Effect
could
got.
easily make it dope looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scarier, make the darks darker, make the monsters meaner looking. You know, you could be dope. It could
Those
be dope.
babies fucked me up.
They're
And what was
scary.
it, the second or third one?
Yeah.
But see, that team that worked on Dead Space is working on that new game. What's that game called? Like Paralysis or something?
True, but it wouldn't
Oh,
be shit
the
to
one
like.
that with the weird
You
trailer.
saw what they did with Demon Souls. Those guys weren't even involved when the creation of Demon Souls. It was just they just remade it, and they did a great job. You know, if
True.
we could get some developers that are like super competent and willing to remake it from the ground up, you can make something really dope and special.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Give it the RE2 treatment. But anyways, Brent, what you got?
All right, let's see. Okay, the original Oculus Quest is going to be getting the AirLink support soon. So if you're still playing on the OG Oculus Quest, good news for you.
I think I pissed Oculus off.
Why? What'd you do?
So there's some background programs that run constantly through the Oculus app, just like probably sending data off and shit to Facebook. But I stopped them, and now
Mark
none of my
Zuckerberg
Oculus
knocked on
shit
your
will-
door. He's just
yeah,
like,
he's like, hey, what are you doing? Fucking with his lizard eyes.
yeah, he's just like, is that a hamburger? I love meat.
Human food. No, so I stopped these background processes, and now my computer will not recognize, even like hooked up with the cable, my headset. It won't recognize it. Won't even
Can
detect
you just
it.
like re-download those things?
I'm about to uninstall it and then install it back so I can let its fucking bullshit
That's
run.
annoying.
Yeah, it's extremely annoying. There's
I
a way
noticed
around
that-
it, but you literally have to do some coding.
Yeah,
And
there's
I was
some
like,
weird
that's
shit
too
you gotta
much.
do, man. Like I noticed that if I have the NVIDIA like GeForce overlay on, like some of my games in VR get all fucked up for some reason, and it's like I don't even know why that would affect.
Because I think it's just extra
VR.
processing.
I guess so.
Mm.
You gotta have a clean slate for VR, especially with our graphics cards because they're not that great. So, but yeah, Oculus pissed me off.
So 7 months after it was,
I got.
you got
I do
news.
have one. Did y'all know about George R. R. Martin's contribution to Elden Ring?
That was the whole, that's the whole hype
The whole
around
premise.
the game.
Okay, the whole. Never mind. Well, he was just saying it was done years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
old
claiming.
George Railroad, dude.
I was way out of the loop on this Elden Ring game.
You're not a Soulsborne guy though.
Yeah, because
That's-
I'm so bad.
Well, yeah, I think most people are.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
That's the point, dog. You got to be bad. You just got to be
You
bad.
gotta get good.
I mean,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't start
That's
good.
what's fun about the Dark Souls games. It's the process of getting good. It's like Guitar Hero or something.
You know, most people play those games just for the multiplayer. Like, that just blows my mind. Like, online, like, there's like a whole, like, just group of people who are just obsessed with the multiplayer and
Yeah.
like
yeah,
the
because
Dark
you can
Souls
like
game.
invade people's games and
That's
shit.
the
right?
best way
Yeah.
to play Dark Souls is to like.
I'm talking about the PvP, like
There's
the
also like
fight.
co-op. You can like jump in and help people with bosses and stuff, and like
But see, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the PvP.
yeah, there's PvP.
Yeah,
too,
that
for sure.
like that's a huge thing. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
I saw one video that
Nah.
it was like a group of friends. They were like, it was like 5 or 6 of them. They were in a lobby, but each person was like a piece of armor, and they like formed together to somehow make it look like it was just one person standing there, and somebody invaded their game, and then just broke into like 6 pieces of floating armor and like went after him.
What the
It was
heck?
like- it was, I don't know if it was like a mod or something. It was just some Dark Souls shit that I saw. It
It's
looked
too much,
hilarious.
man.
He immediately left or tried to leave the game.
That's why I like Sekiro, because there wasn't any kind of multiplayer component to it. You know,
At all?
it was totally single player, and it was I don't know, it was different. It wasn't like the other Dark Souls games. You know, I actually am not a big fan of like Dark Souls and like those particular games. I like Sekiro because you have the same sword the whole time, so you have to master your one weapon. You know,
Yeah.
whereas like Dark Souls, it's all about finding a good weapon and then using that weapon. You know, finding the right weapon for the right situation. Sekiro, you just kind of have to like good. You know, what I
You just
mean?
have to
Like-
get good. But, yeah, so 7 months after it was made available to Xbox Series X players, Call of Duty Warzone now officially supports 120 frames per second on PS5.
Cool.
Those are some fighting words from IGN, not from me. This bit of news was discovered with June 16th's Call of Duty Warzone patch notes, and it reminds players that an HDMI 2.1 cord is required for your PS5 to fully take advantage of 120 frames per second.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Good to see they're taking advantage of all the new hardware everywhere. You know.
Yeah, for sure. What you got, Bright?
All right. Microsoft has revealed a plan to help people who own only an Xbox One play games that were meant for Xbox Series X and S. And it doesn't involve encouraging them to buy new hardware. I'm actually going to just skip this whole article.
Yeah.
Basically, Xbox One people can stream games pretty soon. So games like Microsoft Flight Simulator and shit that are just like impossible to run on an original Xbox One.
They can use xCloud.
Yeah, they'll use xCloud and stream just like the phones and stuff.
It's smart. It's smart, man.
I think it's long overdue to have a streaming app on the fucking actual Xbox. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you should have access to streaming shit on your Xbox. You know what I
Not
mean?
just phones.
Not
yeah.
just phones. Yeah, on PC too. It should be one on the browser. I think that would be really cool to just have it on your computer.
I'm sure it's coming.
Oh,
it's on the
'cause
way.
then you could just have a regular laptop and take it around. And
Yeah, exactly. Like a basic ass laptop and
Yeah.
just, have good internet.
Yeah, it's exciting. What you got?
So did y'all hear what returned to the PlayStation Store finally?
After
After all this time.
What?
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
The newest
I'm
patch
assuming-
probably fixed enough
Yeah.
shit to like make it acceptable, I guess.
Yeah,
I
and
heard
had
that
to
they took like
specifically
all the
fix it.
pedestrians and shit out basically.
No shit.
I saw an article on
There's-
GameStop. I didn't read it. GameSpot, excuse me. I didn't actually like read the article, but the headline for the article was like the new Cyberpunk on PS4's newest patch removes most of the pedestrians and cars to make it run.
Why? That's so bad.
So, it is what it is, but
Yeah, I guess it was deemed playable enough for Sony to put it back on the store.
yeah. Hopefully you got
If
your
you want to go get
pedestrians still
Cyberpunk on PlayStation
PS5.
4.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
basically, okay, the creator of the Five Nights at Freddy's games has announced his retirement. The decision comes in the wake of a controversy over the developer's political donations to Republican Party candidates, including Donald Trump. On the ScottGames.com website, Cawthon wrote, I realized that I miss a lot of things that I got to focus on before Five Nights at Freddy's became such a success. I miss making games for my kids. I miss doing it just for fun. And I miss making RPGs even though I suck at it. All of this is to say that I am retiring. Quote, end quote. He went on to praise the support of the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, say, quote, I have been shown tremendous love and support over this last week, a lot of which has come from the LGBTQ community. He said, the kindness shown to me has been surreal. His mention of the LGBTQ community is important as just a few days ago, Cawthon was caught up in a controversy over the revelation that he had donated thousands of dollars to Republican political candidates, many of which have shown anti-LGBTQIA+ sentiments in their beliefs. A substantial part of the Five Nights at Freddy's community crosses over with that community, and so it's easy to understand why so many fans are. I disagree. I think political opinions are just that. So I don't think just because he supported one person means that he had the same beliefs as that person. I think that person was probably, had some beliefs that he shared,
Yeah,
but
there's
you can't just
probably some-
pinpoint that one thing and be like, that's what it was. That's why he did it. You
And
know?
I mean, like, political opinion and business, there's a time and place for it, and neither are in the workplace.
Yeah, and not
Like
even
that-
just business, entertainment. It's like
Yeah.
you got to separate
know.
the two in my eyes because it's like you're just never gonna enjoy everything if you look at
Yeah, if you
every
look at the
artist
person,
and pick them apart.
yeah.
It's like the Harry Potter thing. It's like you can't just. I mean, you can if you want to, but you're cheating yourself out of like a great story just because you don't like the person who wrote it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
There's certain things like now if the Five Nights at Freddy's guy had gone out and like stabbed a man to death or something in cold blood, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can't really look at this the same. But this guy like literally taking his hard-earned money and putting it where he felt like he wanted to put it.
Yeah.
How are you gonna just like tell someone, and basically he got
shunned out
he
of
got
his own
Twitter
company.
canceled. Yeah, and then dealt with that, so he just retired. Basically saying that there'll still be Five Nights at Freddy's stuff coming out, but it won't be from him. He's gonna pick somebody to take his spot, somebody he trusts. He said, so you'll still be able to get that content. But I just find that ridiculous. Especially like. It just makes no sense. Like, how did this stuff get out anyways? Like, I guess all political donations are probably made public, like from.
Yeah, they have to be public. Yeah.
Yeah, so
and somebody probably just did some digging. And
yeah,
then
they were
brought it
like,
up
how
and
can I
demonized
just
him for it?
make this guy look bad? But it is what it is. I think everybody should just kind of mind their own business.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm big on just like keeping like there's being at work, like you don't talk about political opinion. It's not professional, and so
Yeah.
the two should not coincide.
Unless he was just like literally part of the Klan,
Or yeah,
something.
a fucking Nazi.
Like
or something,
if
like a
he
legit
was like
Nazi.
openly a Nazi, then sure. But because he was like a Republican, that does not give you the right to make him out to be a bad person. But whatever.
Oh well.
Anyways, so no more Five Nights at Freddy's. Like
At least not from him.
not from him.
Okay. Let's see. The PlayStation VR successor is planned for late next year, according to a new report. This would put the headset's release roughly 2 years after the PS5's launch, which would actually be sooner than the original PSVR's launch after the PS4. And it could be making use of OLED screen technology despite other VR headsets shifting to less expensive LCD panels. The information comes via Bloomberg, which said Sony is aiming to use Samsung's OLED panels for the next PlayStation VR devices, despite many manufacturers switching to cheaper LCD panels in the newer products. The OLED technology is newer and becoming more common on expensive televisions, but as the VR headsets aim to become more affordable, the pivot makes sense. Sony even did something similar with a revised version of its PlayStation Vita several years ago, switching from the OLED displays to the cheaper alternative. The PlayStation VR 2.0, or whatever it's called, will need to showcase the power of the PS5, however, so it makes sense that Sony would still opt for the expensive OLED panels.
That's good.
It's one of those things that's like really does make a pretty big difference when you see it back to back.
I wish the Quest 2 would have went OLED.
Me too. That's my only real complaint about it.
Yeah,
honestly,
the blacks aren't true dark blacks. It's like a lit up black.
That's one thing. The
Yeah.
Quest 1 really, you see a big difference when you switch over. And I think the original PlayStation VR had an OLED screen, so
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a super low resolution OLED screen. But it was an OLED screen, so I hope they keep that going, I also really like the lenses on the original PlayStation VR, like how like the Oculus has the Fresnel lenses or whatever with the little rings going through it. The PlayStation VR's lenses are like completely smooth, and there's like not any God rays or anything usually.
no
it
light
doesn't
catching
glare
on it.
at you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks really good.
God rays.
No, it makes a difference. It really does. Like the more light you can eliminate and just have like more true colors, like the better it looks.
Yeah, because if you have something come out of the darkness at you, you can, I don't know. On the
Scary.
OLED,
Yes.
it's like, wow, that's fucking realistic.
Didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
So on the topic of VR, Facebook is officially going to be IOI. Have y'all ever seen Ready Player One? So the bad guys were trying to
I actually
implement.
haven't seen Ready Player One. I've been meaning to watch that.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never seen it.
well,
Well, you make it like we play video games or something.
Yeah,
Like
right.
we care.
fuck me right now.
I've heard it's good. I just
Yeah, but
it's
what
like
about what's
okay.
IOI?
Yeah,
So it's they're corporate bad guys in this movie about this VR universe and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
And like one of the end goals is like we're gonna put ads in all like 180 degrees of their vision and shit. Well, Facebook will begin serving ads directly to Oculus Quest headsets. So this is IGN by Taylor Lyles. Oculus's parent company Facebook announced that it plans to place ads into games playable on its Oculus Quest headsets. Within the next few weeks, ads will appear inside 3 games, one of them being Blastin' by Resolution Games, and 2 other games which have yet to be revealed by the tech giant.
Blasting's only like $10 though on the store, so I mean,
Get what you pay
you
for.
get what you
They
pay.
better fucking make it free. Huh?
Yeah.
This will not be the first time Facebook rolled out ad support to its Oculus products. Last month, Really? Last month, ads were introduced to the Oculus mobile app, while the company has used Oculus data to target Facebook advertising since 2019.
Yeah, in the VR headsets though, they're not supposedly they're not pulling your data from your headset. They're gonna pull it from your Facebook account and then give you ads based on like your Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a bunch of Wish.com ads in your video games and shit.
So it says Facebook says that the ads won't be based on any data stored locally on a user's headset. So, for example, any images from the Quest sensors or images from their hands will not be factored into the ads shown.
That's good.
See, you know
This
what?
still doesn't make me feel good because how much of this shit is Facebook actually collecting and not saying shit about?
Well, I'm sure there's a
I
lot.
don't really care. I mean, like, I'm sure they know all about me. But, like, with the ads, I just want it to be non-invasive. Like, if you're going to put ads in, like, I don't even really mind as long as you, like, implement it in a good way. Like, take your games that you own. Like, like one of my news articles is that Facebook just bought Big Box Games, which is the people who made fucking Population 1.
Yeah.
Like, take your ads, put them on a billboard or something in-game.
And shove them up your ass.
In fucking Population 1.
Or like
or turn the chicken place in Population 1
Yeah.
into fucking KFC or Taco Bell or something. Like, have, like, product placement, but, like, don't fucking...
Pop up in your fucking
Yeah.
eyeball.
the
like-
problem with that is that it's going to be personalized
Yeah.
ads. So
But you can
couldn't
still
just
have a
put
billboard in the game and have it personalized.
Yeah,
by,
it's
like,
only what's like everybody else sees like a different ad
Yeah.
than you. I think what's gonna happen is during loading screens or like on the menu or like on the home menu, you'll see like an ad up at the top or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
it
probably
didn't-
what it's gonna be.
The article doesn't specify what these ads would look like. So.
I'll have to see, you know? Well, I guess we'll find out.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. Like,
Yeah,
it-
I mean, I'm
it
not
was a matter
super
of
mad
time.
about it. If I really was mad, I guess I could go buy a fucking Vive Pro
Some
2
dudes would
or
be like-
some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like, man, I hate seeing all these Petco ads, and it's like, what's your ad? It's just like horny singles.
I was just thinking about that too.
It's like, yeah, mine's Petco too. Actually,
what a
Yeah.
coincidence.
Y'all ever seen that meme? Is like the guy who posted a picture of his Facebook feed. He's like, I don't know why I keep getting all these gay porn ads, and somebody's like, that's based on your search history.
that's funny.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Matt Persla, IGN says, Battlefield 2042 will fill the empty spots of 128 player matches with AI bots, allowing for full player matches even if lobbies are not filled. These bots can also help facilitate playing Battlefield 2042 as a co-op or solo player game. As revealed in an update to the Battlefield Briefing EA Answers page, AI Soldiers is a new bot system being added to Battlefield 2042. Also new is the introduction of AI Soldiers, artificial intelligence, to this series. The post reads, as a multiplayer-only experience, it's important for us to let you play Battlefield 2042 when and how you want. AI Soldiers will ensure matches are filled with 128 players, but they are used for other purposes too. Despite being a multiplayer game, these bots also help transform Battlefield 2042 into a co-op or single-player game in Conquest and Breakthrough modes. Players can opt for a co-op experience that allows you to play together with friends against AI Soldiers, or even a solo version for those playing alone. So that...
Watch these AI bots be fucking just dirty as hell.
Nah, they'll suck.
Murking everybody in the lobby.
They'll suck, dude.
I hope there's a bug that happens that does that. Just cranks the fucking difficulty all the way up.
Also, I don't see how you can get competitive in a game where bots are like allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, so what I could see them doing is doing like they did with Titanfall, and they had the attrition mode, and I'm sure that the bots are going to count for less points and stuff.
Oh,
as
Well,
far
in
as
the
ranking.
article, it just says that the bots are only, if you're playing like multiplayer mode, it's only going to be used to fill lobbies that aren't full enough.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
So,
So, I
so
mean,
when you
like-
kill a bot though, like what is it? How's it gonna?
So I mean, if
affect
it's
leveling?
a competitive tournament or some shit, they'll probably fill a private like server.
oh no, I
up
just mean
with-
competitive for like your KDR and stuff like
ranking
that.
up and all
Like
that,
if you
yeah.
get a bunch of bot lobbies and you're just killing off bots, your KDR is going to be better than the person next to you, even though they've been playing just as many games as you, but they just didn't get bots.
I'm thinking you're probably not even going to run into bots until the game actually
After-
like
yeah.
dies down. You know, like the hype is going to be lit enough at first
Yeah.
to keep the lobbies like, you know.
Pretty occupied.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think they're just thinking ahead to like how the last Battlefield game kind of petered out, and they had to take the battle royale mode out basically, like because nobody was fucking playing it, and like they're just like, look, we gotta make
Going
sure.
in with low expectations. Not me, but they are.
Well, no,
That's,
well, I mean, but they are huge lobbies though. 128. That's a lot.
That
of
is a
players.
lot of people.
yeah.
And it's not just for one map and one game mode like Warzone. They're gonna have multiple maps and multiple game modes, like Conquest and all the Rush and all that.
Yeah.
So if I had to guess, like I said, I think they're gonna do like an attrition type thing like Titanfall did, and just make them worth less points depending on the difficulty. They could crank them up and be worth the actual player kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, Brent, what you got?
All right. The Xbox platform has historically struggled in Japan, but that seems to be changing. Xbox's business boss for Asia, Jeremy Hinton, recently said that Japan is actually the fastest growing market worldwide for Xbox, repeating something Xbox Phil Spencer said in 2020. Hinton told IGN Japan that Xbox platform overall has seen phenomenal growth in the past 12 months in Japan across console and PC. That's new people coming into our ecosystem. That's people signing up for Game Pass. That's people buying accessories or games on PC. So we're really seeing phenomenal growth coming out of Japan to be on top of that list for us. He said. Hinton went on to say that he is observing a really high percentage of Xbox consoles sold in Japan to people who have never owned an Xbox before. And the next segment of consumers buying consoles are upgrading from the Xbox 360, which was quite a successful generation for us in Japan. So we're seeing strong leading indicators in terms of us reaching new people. Demand is certainly higher. We see stock sell out within minutes, he said. Also in the interview, Hinton said that Xbox Series S model is seeing stronger demand than the Series X, and that the new Japanese game content is being made, more new Japanese game content is being made now than ever before in Xbox's history. Microsoft has one wholly owned game development studio in Japan, which is Tango Gameworks, the developer of Ghostwire Tokyo and The Evil Within. Microsoft assumed ownership of the studio following its acquisition of Bethesda. So, pretty cool. It's good to see that.
Solid moves on Xbox's part.
Yeah, I figured the Series S would do well in Japan because people want that little compact thing they can just put in their tiny little house.
I was gonna say, have you seen their apartments? They're like as big as Jamal's kitchen sometimes.
Everything's like foldable and shit.
And they're super minimal. They have a very minimal culture.
It's a small place for such a big population.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, that's the thing too, though. Is like they weren't about Xbox for a while. I think like people are starting to catch on, man, with Game Pass and all this stuff.
The
I think
fucking deals
it's
that
hard
you can't
to deny
pass
the
up.
value of it.
Yeah.
And they're getting games like Yakuza like on Game Pass and stuff like that, which are actually really popular in Japan.
And I'm sure it's localized. Like I'm sure Japanese Game Pass is a little different from American Game. I don't know that for a fact.
No, I don't think. I think it's all the same across the board.
You think?
Yeah, because
I would assume.
Yeah, they would have to switch out licenses and stuff like that. I think it's not big enough like Netflix where they have like people producing movies in Japan that
because Netflix is a great example because they have localized shows and shit for each.
Yeah.
But see, on Xbox, it's like or with Game Pass, it's like if a game's being developed and they have a license for it, it's going on Game Pass. You know what I'm saying?
I think if it's not that way, it will be in the near future.
Yeah.
I think Game Pass is seriously getting to that point where it will be like every region will have its own like thing. I don't know.
For sure. Yeah.
I bet China's got its own.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, dude. Especially China.
They got like a third of the games because all the other ones were just they needed to be censored.
It had references of Winnie the Pooh.
You like bring it up, it's like Xbox, and then like in little bitty letters, it's like with 10 cents.
Yeah. They're just going there. They're like, nope, too much freedom in this game. Take it off. Take it off. We don't want them to start feeling that. No, but anyways, so what you got, Devin?
I didn't really see anything else. I've went through the whole.
Gotcha. Let me hop in
if
here.
You got
then.
anything else?
So while he would neither confirm nor deny the existence of an upgraded Switch, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser has responded to reports of upgraded hardware by sharing the company's philosophy on taking that technological next step. When speaking to the Washington Post, Bowser was asked about his alleged new Nintendo Switch that is said to have a larger screen and the ability to output 4K ultra high definition graphics when docked. His answer gave no insight into whether or not this new Switch exists, but it does shed light on how Nintendo decides when it's the right time to release release new hardware. Quote, "We are always looking at technology and how technology can enhance gameplay experiences. It's not technology for technology's sake," Bowser tells Washington Post. "It's how specifically can technology enhance a gameplay experience. And then where do you apply that technology?" He's basically beating around the bush,
Yep.
but I'm telling you,
If he's not saying no implicitly, then
Yeah.
that's a yes. That's how I take it in the industry these days. You know what I mean? Like if you're not like
yeah.
vehemently denying it, then
Yeah.
it's probably something that's real.
If
You
you're
know
not
what I mean?
Xbox about VR, like how they were just like, "No, we're not even touching
Yeah.
that," like then it's probably happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Nintendo also likes to keep people guessing, and
Yeah,
by
they're pulling
guessing,
a Kojima on us. dude.
yeah, they like to do a lot of things where they just do exactly the opposite of what you would hope they're doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually don't have a new Switch. Like, people just got too hyped and excited about something like this, and really there's no new Switch coming. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna put out like an even less powerful Switch. Like, that's what they would do. They put it out, and they're
I
like,
mean-
but this one has like. It turns into a cane so you can walk around with it. Like they just like to mess up shit. But I
I
still
mean,
love
with
it.
all the fucking industry shortages and stuff, like
Yeah.
it would not surprise me.
Yeah, I'm glad they haven't put out a new Switch because I've already got too many things that I need to get. You know what I mean?
I need to get a regular Switch.
I
I,
need to
still
get a-
don't have a regular Switch.
I'll let you buy mine for cheap whenever I get the new Switch. Fucking, but
Bet.
I want to get a PS5 and a graphics card. Those are the two things on the top of my list. Oh, and my fucking TV gave out on me the other day. Just completely went kaput for no
Just
reason.
gonna have to go straight Quest 2
so
for,
I'm
for
gonna
everything
have to
now.
get a fucking yeah. I'm gonna have to get another TV.
Hey, it's Prime Day. You should have got a TV today. dude.
Oh man, I probably missed my chance.
No,
well, I gotta
'cause
save
there's
up for
tomorrow.
Vegas anyway.
Prime Day is tomorrow as well. But anyway, it's like Prime Day, but it's actually a weekend. Like, I don't understand why it's called that. But
I
anyways,
always thought that happened around the holidays.
yeah, Brent, what you
I
got?
can't keep up with these
All
things.
right, let's see. Grand Theft Auto Online is being taken down for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
Makes sense.
So starting December 16th, 2021, say bye-bye to all your little shark card fucking money and all your little fucking characters that you spent hours and hours of your life working on. Just say bye-bye to all that shit because it's
That's-
going down the fucking toilet.
No, that's
And
not.
there's no way to fucking implement your shit and move it on to the next generation. Doesn't matter if you buy a new console, you got to start over fresh. So sorry.
None of that's actually true. But,
Oh no, it is. That's what they say
Really?
right here on this article.
oh, well, because
I
back in the
mean-
day, I transferred my 360 to PS4.
Well, apparently that's not an option.
Probably because there's too many fucking hacked lobbies and shit.
I think they've changed too much fundamentally about the game to like.
Keep it on those consoles. Also, the fact that it's just like it's time. I feel like if anything, they were just like, look, all right, bro,
Well, they better be coming on with the fucking
Yeah.
6. So you have some
it's time.
Look, and also fucking L.A. Noire and Max Payne 3 are being taken offline.
Are you kidding
so,
me? I
yeah.
still play those every day. No,
Yeah.
There's somebody out there who's real bummed out that fucking Max Payne 3 is getting taken off.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's insane. But anyways, the Castlevania Advance Collection has appeared on the Australian ratings board, hinting that a new game featuring all or some of the Game Boy Advance's Castlevania games may be on the way. This currently unannounced Castlevania Advance Collection was classified on June 18th, and it lists Konami Digital Entertainment as the applicant and the publisher, and M2 as the author.
Didn't they announce this at the Nintendo show?
No, you're thinking of the Final Fantasy collection.
Oh yeah,
This
I was about
is-
to say some kind of collection got announced.
Yeah.
I could have swore it was this, but maybe I'm tripping.
I just watched a recap before I got to the show
You
on the
don't remember?
Nintendo E3.
Yeah.
and
We'll,
it-
we'll go
they
through it
didn't
a
say
little
no.
bit.
They
so-
didn't say anything. They didn't say
Okay,
anything.
cool.
But the Konami, so like this would be dope because there's a lot of good Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advance, like really good games. But so you'd have like which they just put out the 2019 Castlevania Anniversary Collection that included the 8-bit and 16-bit Castlevania games. So this makes sense that this is happening.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, that's it. Brent, you take it from here because I'm out of news.
Okay, Bloober Team's shitty psychological horror game, The Medium, will
Yeah.
make its way to PS5 on September 3rd with full DualSense support. Sony has confirmed. It's
Yeah.
unclear if the game will launch on PS4 as well, which may be unlikely since it didn't arrive on the Xbox One alongside PC and Series X either. The PlayStation Maker revealed in the new. Excuse me. The PlayStation Maker revealed the news in a new trailer on YouTube. A 1.5-minute long video is entirely composed of cutscenes from the game with a fuel.
So the whole game, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the game was like literally a walking cutscene.
I've
Like,
never seen Brent more bitter about it.
that game sucked.
It was really bad,
Like-
but it is nice that they're implementing DualSense, features.
So you can feel all
Wow.
the shit that apparently didn't happen.
Yeah,
from
you
what
can
y'all told me.
you can feel the boring.
It
Like,
just-
it's like you can.
I'm just saying, this is the second game on our news today that's been ported over to fucking PlayStation that was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive.
What
you
was the
know?
first one?
Tetris Effect Connected or whatever.
Was that supposed to be an Xbox exclusive?
Well, they made a big deal about how it was exclusive to Xbox and it was day one Game Pass and everything.
That,
and
I think it was more so that it was on Game Pass. Like I think it was
It
supposed
was-
to be a timed exclusive.
yeah, it was a timed exclusive, but like they didn't act like that. The same
Oh,
with the
okay.
medium, they just were like, "Oh, it's exclusive to Xbox," and
Yeah.
like less than a year later, we got it coming to PlayStation. You know what I mean? It's
I think the problem with it is that with Bloober Team or whatever, they're not like owned, so I think they just paid for like that timed
that time,
exclusivity.
yeah.
And from the get go, apparently that game was a timed exclusive. Like after I read that today, I went and looked back at it, and they were like, there's articles talking about how they've always said it was a timed exclusive, but like it just wasn't like out in the open. Like they had posted about it on their website and shit. Like
It's just weird because I've always thought, like, when it came out, I was like, the one thing I thought about it was like, okay, well, at least Xbox has some kind of exclusive game. But now
Yeah.
it's like, well, never mind. But it's like, at least you got E3 that just happened and you got a
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff on the way.
I think that was their idea, was like, okay, we just get some timed exclusives until all this stuff can come out, and like
to
the-
get them by.
yeah, the
Fill that
exclusivity
window, yeah.
time. Yeah, well, and unfortunately, the Medium was one of the worst games ever made, which is it's insane, dude. It's insane how that game got like 7s and 8s and
It's
stuff.
just rave reviews across the board.
Somebody gave that game a 10. Like whoever gave that game a 10 should be fired.
Bro,
like
it blows my mind that it got like a fucking 8 or a 9 from fucking IGN or something, but fucking Days Gone got a 6.5.
that's what I'm saying.
dude.
It's- Some of these people,
Like-
but it's different. It's different reviewers, though. You can't be like, well, this
I guess
game got
it's
a
not
6.
gonna appeal to everybody, but like, man, like even if I was like really into the story from the Medium, like I can appreciate the things that were good about the Medium. Like the graphics were pretty good. It had a few things going for it, but not enough to like warrant a good score. Like it
No,
just.
it didn't. It had 0 going for it. It had good graphics.
Let's say the graphics were
That's
pretty
it.
nice.
But it's easy to have good graphics when there's literally no
Nothing going on.
gameplay. Like,
See, as time goes on, I get further and further away from the critic reviews, and I'll just go straight to all the community reviews. Like that's where you're gonna
Yeah.
get the most fucking honesty. Like
there was, but
and
there
same thing
wasn't
with
even
movies.
puzzles. It's a walking simulator. There's literally not even puzzles because they show you. They're like,
walk
oh,
here
what-
and do this. Walk
yeah,
here and
it's
do
like you could go into this room. You have to unlock this door, but you see the key like sitting there on the floor. You can't pick it up until it gives you the cue to go pick up the key. So like it's like, okay, so this is just holding my hand the whole time. Anyways, yeah. So have fun with that PlayStation. But anyways, Brent, you got any more news or?
That's it.
All right, so we're going to jump on over to this week's releases where I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days. So let's start with Lego Builder's Journey.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's coming to Switch and PC on June 22nd for $19.99. Lego Builder's Journey is an artistic, non-verbal puzzle adventure with meditative music where players build to solve challenges while moving through stunning brick-built universes.
Maybe this
Honestly,
is one of
like
those
that-
games developed for like the ADD kids.
No, this is like a game that you just get really high and then just sit there and play it. Like,
Veg
Sounds
out-
like my
veg
kinda-
out.
My
yeah.
kind of thing.
Brent's like,
Whenever
"Sammy."
when you first said Lego Builders or whatever, I'm thinking like some wacky fucking bullshit, but like something kind of zen involving Legos, like a Minecraft type scenario, sounds kind of cool to me.
Well, did you ever play
Well,
the Lego
it's-
Worlds?
yeah,
The Builder Worlds?
But that's not Zen
Yeah,
at all.
it
That's
was
not Zen at
Not
all.
what I'm imagining.
This is like, it looks like Lego, like how they have that brand of Lego City stuff where it's like you build like the Empire State Building and stuff like that. And have you seen those? It's like
yeah,
it's like fancy Legos
like
for
adult
like rich
adult
people.
Legos.
Yeah. It's like that. Like, and the art in the game, like the art style looks very similar to that, where it's like almost like engineering rendering like stuff. But anyways,
Okay.
and then we got Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX coming to everything on June 22nd for $19.99. A legend returns in stunning new detail with Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. Fire up your power bracelet and relive a platforming classic alongside new modes, levels, and features. Okay, and then we got Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X on June 22nd for $39.99. Dark Alliance is an exciting, action-driven hack and slash. You lost me at hack and slash, but it's just an adventure filled with iconic monsters.
Wait,
You
just
know.
get the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game, coming to Xbox
Was that
One.
Mario and Sonic?
Let's go to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, PC, and Stadia on June 22nd for $39.99. Which, by the way, so like my brother, you know, he has his parkour gym or whatever, and it's like half of it's a taekwondo gym, and the lady who teaches the taekwondo, or lady, she's like 24 or something. I don't know how old she is, but anyway,
You can
she's.
still be a lady if you're.
I
24.
don't know. Like when I say lady, I picture someone older, like in their 30s.
I don't like associate
40s.
an age with the term lady.
I
you
do.
know?
I do. I don't know why.
If you're an instructor or like somebody who's like a teacher or something, you're automatically like a lady.
Like
Sensei.
whenever I'm
Yeah.
watching the news
Yeah,
and they're
sensei.
like an 18-year-old man killed someone. I'm like, he's not a man though. Like I don't know. Like it's just like my head, like I associate like these terms with an age where I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call an 18-year-old a man. I'd call him a kid.
A child.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and then like
little kid.
like
No.
like lady to me is like 35. I don't know. Like 35 plus, you're a lady. You know, before that you're
So if Jamel's
you're-
calling you a lady,
You're
be
old.
offended.
be
No.
offended.
Yeah.
No, like I don't know what I don't know why.
What is woman then? Is that even?
Yeah, that-
is that even older than lady?
No, woman would be just woman. Like there'd be any
I don't
age.
know. See, I'm kind of like.
So
with
what about
woman,
somebody your age, like a peer
Uh,
of yours?
She'd be a woman.
She'd be a woman.
Yeah,
I
she-
thought she had to be. Oh wait, no, that's
no,
a
that's
lady.
a lady. Like a lady. Like it's like
Wait, so you just stop being a woman and you become
You
a
become a lady,
at
yeah.
like 30?
you can be a woman at any age, but you can't
See-
be a lady till you're 30.
Fair
And it's
enough.
the same for men. You can't be a man until you're like 35. No, like I don't know. I feel like we're just guys. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of the same way about woman as I am with lady. Like I think when I think woman, I think a little older, but lady is kind of.
Wait, so what are you if you're not a woman or a lady?
You're just not. You just don't exist.
Depends on the fucking
You
age. I
just
guess.
ain't there yet, I
No,
guess.
no. See,
Tom.
like that's the same thing with guy. Like we're guys. We're not
Okay,
men. Like
okay.
if somebody
Speak
walked
for
in and they
yourself.
saw us sitting here, no one would be like, "Did you see that group of men?" They'd be like, "Those group of guys over there." You know what I'm saying?
I think you
Well, gee,
just
thanks.
I think you just think that about yourself. But
Maybe
like,
that's
maybe
it's
if
a
somebody,
self-projected.
I
yeah.
really think if people were looking at us, they'd be like, "Look at that fucking shredded bodybuilder man
my
guy,
God.
Gonna
Fucking
see
No.
out of shape
guy,
friends.
guy though, not man.
man guy."
Man.
Man,
yeah.
manly man.
I don't
Okay.
know, man.
All right.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Like, hop up in the Twitch stream or in the multi-stream up in here and let us know. What age do you become a man/lady? You know what I'm saying?
lady man.
Anyways, but I was gonna say before we got into that, the girl who works as the taekwondo, she's the head, she's the master. That's what she is. She's a taekwondo master. She's in the 2020 Olympics. She was supposed to
badass.
go last year, but since they moved it to now, she's actually going like this week or whenever the 2021 Olympics begins in
Soon.
Japan.
Very, very soon.
Yeah, she's gonna be fighting, dude.
Well, tell that little girl. Good luck, dude. No, I'm just kidding. She'll
yeah.
probably spin kick my fucking face off, dude.
It's ma'am. Drive-by Joseph. Yeah.
No, that's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
You
So-
have to be a total fucking badass to just go
Oh
to
yeah,
the
to
Olympics.
get to
like,
the Olympics.
you
But the
know?
thing is like I wish in this game it had like the actual like people who were going. Can you imagine how cool that would be if you got into the Olympics and like so in
You
the
had your own
Olympic
character
games
in-
your character's in there?
Yeah.
The problem with that is like you'd have to pay the people, and that
Yeah,
would
they don't wanna do
inherently.
that.
For their likeness.
Well, you can't do that because the whole point of the Olympics is it's all people who aren't professionals. You know what I mean? People aren't getting paid or sponsored. You know, that's why you don't have like fucking professional boxers on the Olympic boxing team. You know what I mean?
They can make more money just doing their regular fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you get an Olympic gold medal for it though? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I bet you turn around and sell that Olympic gold medal, you're gonna have some money, bro. You know.
Legit
Yeah.
gold medal on eBay. Just like,
So if Jamal was a professional athlete, he'd just pawn off all of his
I'd sell
awards.
my shit. Yeah.
you'd sell your gold medals.
Yeah, I'd be on eBay day one, dude. I'd get home and
I'm sure they still get a lot of the Olympic athletes still have
I wonder
good
how many
sponsorships
Olympic
and stuff.
athletes have sold their gold medals like Jamel. I wonder if we went on eBay right now. How
Like I
many,
did.
Like no, I mean like you would.
no,
you
yeah,
know?
no, I know.
All right, let's find
But,
out.
while
Yeah,
he's
go
looking
ahead.
that up,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
y'all
keep
go
going. Super Magbot is coming to Switch and PC on June 22nd for $17.99. Super Magbot is a challenging 2D platformer where you can't jump. You must utilize your magnetic powers to quickly and precisely beat each level and save the galaxy from a terrible fate. Anyways,
Okay.
what'd you get?
So I see one on eBay for $7,500.
Wow.
That's not
Uh,
bad.
Yeah, that's
That's about what I mean.
You
that
could get a
seems
car.
fair.
You could get a cash car for that.
A lot of fake ones. Michael
how
Phelps
much is a fake one
signed.
going for?
Well, there's a Michael Phelps signed Rio Olympics replica for $475.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
signed by M. Phelps, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but,
dude.
You know,
But dude,
replica.
I saw a commercial with Michael Phelps on it recently, and he's starting to look a little old. Kind of made me sad.
Oh, really? He's
Yeah.
getting it? I mean, it's been what? How long ago was his height of his?
Isn't that
Olympic
weird? Like
a
how
while ago, I mean,
how people just get old.
like us?
It is weird, man.
Existential
So-
crisis.
A little fun fact
Would you
about
call him a man?
or a sir.
oh jeez.
So a little fun fact about the gold medal though is it's made up of 210 grams of silver and is coated with 6 grams of 24 karat gold.
That's
not
it.
So
even
they're
full gold.
shorting us out of
Yeah.
like 20 grams of gold, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
dude. I want all the grams. But anyways,
Okay.
Worms Rumble is coming to Switch on June 23rd for $14.99. You guys know what that is. Fallen Knight is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on June 23rd. Couldn't find a price, but in this game, you take the role of an elite knight and battle your way through action-packed levels with intense sword-fighting gameplay. In Fallen Knight, a neo-classic side-scrolling action platformer. You lost me at side-scrolling action
good old
platformer.
side-scroll.
Yeah, another indie
Procedurally
platformer.
generated.
Then we have the Eternal Castle coming to PS4 and PS5 on June 24th for $9.99. Guess what? This is another 2D side-scrolling, game. So enjoy that. Then we got Legend of Mana coming to Switch, PS4, and PC on June 24th for $29.99. Create the world of Fadiel, or however you pronounce that. Fadiel in Legend of Mana. Choose a character, starting weapon, and starting area. Once in the starting area, you will have to complete a quest to earn artifacts, which can be used to create new areas on the map that have unique quests as well. Okay.
The way you read these games makes them sound a lot more interesting
Than they actually are.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't want to be committed to them. Like, oh wait, it's just
a shitty
yeah.
game. And then we got Rogue Book coming to PC on June 24th. Couldn't find a price for this game, but in the roguelike deck builder Rogue Book, enter an ever-changing world full of legendary encounters and stories. Craft your cards, assemble the perfect deck, and defeat the Rogue Book itself, or die trying. And then we have Indo Crises coming to PC on June 25th. Couldn't find a price, but Indo Crises is a challenging technical shoot-'em-up. That's all you got to know. And then we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming to Switch on June 25th for $39.99. So it's finally coming to Switch,
Cool.
which is crazy because I thought it was already on Switch. You know?
It would make sense to be on Switch.
It seems
Yeah.
like a good game for
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, they were
you
just
know?
like, it's too technically, like, it's just too
the
good.
graphics are too much.
Yeah. And then we got Spirit. Literally the horse, Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure. Okay, first off, I didn't know that Spirit was still an IP that DreamWorks used.
Bro, I saw a commercial for a Spirit movie coming out soon. It
Oh,
looks
maybe that's what
awful.
this is about.
It's probably a tie-in, I think.
Yeah. So DreamWorks' Spirit, the big old horse is coming to all these consoles on June 25th for $39.99.
The big old horse.
Where will Lucky's treasure map lead you? Ride as Lucky on a wild new adventure with her faithful Mustang, Spirit. And then we
Spirit.
And then we got
Said that, like,
Mario.
chills.
We got Mario Golf Super Rush coming to Switch on June 25th for $59.99.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you're gonna catch me teeing off, bro.
Me too,
I
though.
swear. I'm gonna be super Russian, and there's gonna be I'm not Russian, but like
When is this coming?
the
Yeah.
25th.
Oh, bro, I might have to snag that bitch on the way to the airport. You know
That's
what
what I'm saying,
That'd
dude.
be a perfect like
Play it
plane
on the-
ride
yeah, play it on the
game.
plane.
You know?
Yeah, on the way to Vegas, bro.
Yeah.
You might use up all your luck though. And then we got Scarlet Nexus coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, PS5, and PC on June 25th for $59.99. In Scarlet Nexus, take on the role of Yuito Sumeragi, a new recruit to
Jamel
the
to start
OSF.
speaking Japanese. Take on the role of
Humanity's last line of defense as you explore the futuristic city of New Himuka and uncover the mysteries of a brain punk future. What is a brain punk?
We got
Bro,
another punk.
There's so many punks.
Every week there's a new punk.
Yeah,
What was last week's? Air punk?
No, it was brain
It was,
punk.
no, it was like cloud.
No, it was
punk
like
or
cloud
some
punk.
shit.
Or
Cloud
It was-
punk.
Air
yeah.
punk or some shit.
Air punk is fine, but what is brain punk? I like none of that makes sense. Anyways,
I'm gonna
here it is.
Google it.
It's future caught between technology and psychic abilities. So brain punk is when you get the psychic abilities brought in, bro. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways,
Why does it have to be punk?
why can't it be pop punk,
because
bro?
it's
I
a
want that
niche
pop punk
area
video
that's got to
game.
stand out,
Oh,
being unique.
I guess that explains it.
And then we have Babole, the Walking Box, coming to PC on June 26th. Couldn't find a price, but begin your adventure with your new friends in
Box
Babole,
punk.
the Walking Box. Explore the amazing world of Box, from the wilderness, desert, to cold, snowy mountains. And that's it for this week's releases. Thank goodness.
Got that Mario Tennis, dog.
Yeah, I'm
I
very
mean,
excited.
not Mario Tennis, Mario Golf.
Mario Golf.
Mario Golf, dude, it looks fun, man. I want to play that mode where you're like all hitting it, trying to race to the fucking hole. That shit looks fun.
Yeah, that's the Super Rush, I think,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what it's called. I'm all about that. You know, and I also want to play the RPG mode or
Oh,
whatever, like the
yeah.
campaign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be teeing it off, bro. But anyway, so that is it. So we're gonna jump on over to the top. Actually, we got to talk about what we've been playing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Currently playing.
Yeah. So Brent, you got a bunch of shit.
I got a little bit of shit. I fucking finished Days Gone.
Nice. How was it?
earlier today? It was really good. Like really good. Like first of all, I spent about 48 hours playing this game. I know this because my Steam thing tells me this. And
Tells me these things.
and it was really good, dude. Like from start to finish, the story was really engaging. It left me with this like void feeling, like Red Dead Redemption 2 when it was over. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Like the combat was good. There's times when you're like fighting like literally just like hordes of like 200 zombies, and they're like all on screen, like flooding in from like everywhere. Or like you'll be down in the caves, and like I don't know, the environment is cool. Like you don't see games set in Oregon very often, and there's like mountains everywhere, and like the wilderness is cool, and like
Drugs are legal.
just
I'm about to say, so this game isn't set very far in the future then.
no, it's set 2
If
years.
it's in Oregon.
It's set 2 years after the zombie apocalypse. So like, dude, it's so good, man. Like it's like so underrated. Maybe it's without question the most underrated game I've ever played in my life. Like it disgusts me that IGN gave it a 6.5. Like it is so good. It's at least as good or better than all of the recent Assassin's Creed games. You know what I mean?
feel like the reason it probably got such bad reviews is because it came so close on the heels of The Last of Us they brought it back to PS4 or whatever, and I think that people were just kind of burnt out on zombies and like
Yeah.
the like, you know. So
definitely came out at the wrong time, like as far as the culture the climate of
yeah.
the culture, you know what I mean? Because like I think it was probably in development when zombies were really hot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
And
by the
then-
time it came around, it was just like kind of
Yeah.
pittered out.
But it's so good, man. It just doesn't get the love it deserves. Like it's like the gameplay is like basically like fucking Far Cry mixed with The Last of Us. Like you got The Last of Us style like gunplay and like sneaking around and zombies and shit. But you also have like
Outpost.
outposts and stuff where you like gotta liberate you kill all the people and liberate the outposts, and like you'll find like nests where the zombies live, and you got to go through with like Molotovs and like burn out their nests and stuff. And you can't like fast travel through an area if it's like infested with nests, so you got to like go through and like clean out. And that's another thing that's so great about this game is like the level design is just incredible. Like every little house you go into feels like lived in and real, and like it's probably because I'm playing on PC, but the graphics are just spectacular. Like some of the best graphics I've seen in a long, long time. Like,
And especially to be handling that many models on screen too, with the
Yeah.
hordes and shit.
oh, it's incredible, and it like I barely had any technical issues with the game at all. Like, and it ran incredibly well considering how many monsters were on
Making me
screen.
wanna
And then
play
there's
it.
like particle effects. There's like rain and snow, and like when it would rain, your bike would slide around in the mud, and like fucking shit would get everywhere. It was just like really well done. Like,
the attention to detail.
yeah. I don't know, man. I highly recommend this shit. And the fact that it was so like badly received, I feel like is a good thing if you want to play it, just because you'll probably be able to get it on sale. You know, but it's not a good thing if you want a sequel. I heard that, you know, they're not going to make a sequel, which kind of bums me out, because like they could, like the way they end the game, it's like you could totally do a sequel if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also ended on a good note where it's like, okay, I can accept this as the ending. You know, that's another thing. I'm sorry, I can't get it, like, stop talking about this game. Like, fucking, the story arcs are really good. Like, it's got like 3 or 4 like main arcs in the story, and they kind of like overlap and like tie each other together, and like it's just really well written. Like, it kind of starts in a way where you're like, you feel like you're just starting in the middle of the story, and it's a little jarring at first, but you get right into it. And like I don't know. My only complaint is that like the guy who plays Deacon is like a B-list fucking voice actor, dude. He's like,
Also, that's
Yeah,
a horrible
you're-
name, Deacon.
yeah, but
It's
it's like it kind of fits his character. Like, he's supposed to be like this, you know, biker guy who's raised in fucking with, you know,
In the
like
church?
around people with stupid names, and fucking his
Oh.
whole little gang is like, you know, Boozer and Deacon and fucking
I just think of deacon because it's just like a church thing. Like, you can be a church deacon.
Yeah, there's this stoner guy
Uh-huh.
you meet halfway through the game. He's like, "Oh, what? You like a preacher's son or something?" Like,
I like how people are still getting high, even though zombies are just like murdering everyone around them.
Dude, yeah, it's actually a big
I mean,
point.
think about the anxiety that would be happening.
This guy's struggle to
That's
get
true.
high in the zombie apocalypse ends up being like a big plot point in the game.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
Lord.
really good, dude. The game is excellent. Like, I don't know, man. I really wish more people would play it. Like, and I have been playing. I went on the little Steam thing. You know how like Steam was having the Next Fest or whatever, where you
Yeah.
could try all the demos or whatever. I played a few of the little VR demos. One of them stood out. It was like this mech game where you're in a mech, obviously, and you have like a little controls, and you're like moving around, and it's like an online game. It was okay. The graphics were pretty good, but it was just kind of basic. You know, there wasn't a lot to it.
Yeah.
But it felt cool riding around in the mech in VR. But then I downloaded this game that wasn't VR. It wasn't VR, I'm sorry. It was called Life Slide. And it was like basically you're just like a paper plane, and you're like going down this hill, and you're trying to use like air and like wind currents and stuff to like keep your momentum and like fly and like collect like, you know, points and stuff. And then you use your points to upgrade your plane. It's like a really basic game. It almost feels like one of those Flash games you played back in the day, like Toss the
Yeah.
Turtle or something. But like, I went down the fucking rabbit hole with that shit, dude. Like, I played that demo like 4 times. Like, I'm obsessed with that shit. I can't wait for it to fucking come out, because I'm gonna buy that shit day one. Like, it is so much fun to just tune out and just like let your little fucking plane float down the hill. It sounds so stupid, but it's like one of the most fun. I played like 10 or 20 demos, and like it was the one that I ended up like, fuck, I'm buying this game, dude. You know what I mean? It's weirdly fun. Look for it. Life Slide.
Life slide.
It's gonna be hot, dude.
I'll definitely have to look up a video because now I want to see.
It's
I wanna-
really
yeah.
stupid, dude. It's just a plane. It's just a little paper plane going down a hill. I swear, it's. But
Hey,
it's
sometimes
Sometimes it
it's the
works.
most basic things that are the most entertaining. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be crazy over the top. to
it
be
kind of has
entertaining.
that. You remember Journey, where
Yeah.
you're just like going in a straight line and it just sliding. It kind of has that vibe to it, where it's just like this vibe, and like there's colors, and like I don't know. It's nice. It's
I was just
really
vibing,
really nice.
bro.
Yeah,
Just-
it's you
just
could. It's like
vibing, man.
Descenders or something. You
Yeah.
put some music on and play this shit, and it would just tune out. It would be so much fun.
Nice.
Anyways, sorry. Enough about that. What have you guys been playing?
And Devin?
Jamal, if you
So I played obviously Warzone. Got to throw that out there. We're in the new season now.
yeah.
Having fun with that.
Heard.
Then I started playing this new battle royale. We talked about it before, called Naraka Blade Point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that already out?
You tried it out?
Yeah, the demo's out. So I've been
okay.
playing the demo, but the demo's basically the game.
That's
And
the one they said was like Tenchu, but a battle royale, right?
Yes.
Is it any fun?
oh.
It's insanely
I need
fun. But like, it's third person, very Tenchu like. You get like what's it called? A grappling hook type situation, or a hook shot. But you have to pick them up. You don't just have it like. You can't just use it constantly. So you have like 5 in like a pack that you pick up, and so
Oh, okay, that's fun.
you got to keep them. You got to keep them on you, dude. And so that, and then like I like using the bow. Like there's different weapons. So like I'll carry like a katana and a bow, but like or like I'll look for them, try to get like a legendary bow and whatnot, and I'll hang off in the back and feed arrows into the enemies while like Byram and my other homies are attacking.
So it
you
is
know?
team based.
It's trios.
Oh,
you can't-
bro,
we
we're
gotta get-
getting
yeah,
on
we gotta
this,
get on this
dude.
shit.
I'm doing this
Yeah.
tonight, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
download it
really
tonight
fun.
for sure.
Really fun. You got to go through like a small little tutorial to before
Learn how
you
to
can actually
play.
get into the game, but it's only like a minute to 2 minutes long.
Bro, I already almost downloaded this shit. Like, I'm so.
You should have, man.
I didn't
It's
know
so
it
down.
was even available.
Let's
I
do
would've
this.
got-
I'm
yeah,
so down,
yeah,
you guys.
for sure.
Let's fucking play. Like,
It
For sure.
also, the cool thing about like the character creator, you can like take a picture of yourself and put it in, and it'll like
that's awesome.
make it as close as possible to you. So
Is
I
it
tried that out.
accurate? Like,
It's like, like
yours just looks like Salt Bay. Just.
what's up?
What up, Facebook viewer?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you go check that out. Let us know
I'll
who that
take a
is.
look.
But I also we downloaded the Hunter Call of the Wild.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
what's up? It's my-
Classic.
It's an old friend of mine, Michael Martin. He actually is pretty involved with streamers, and I think he did
Nice.
his own little stream there for a while. What's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, Michael? So basically, in the Hunter Call of the Wild is like this open world, as realistic as possible
fuck
hunting
this game.
And
God.
so like I got it for $5. It was on sale on Steam, and like me
Hell
and
yeah.
the Discord
I
homies been playing.
downloaded it and played with them as well. and
But he hopped out pretty quick. I've been playing for like 2 days straight. Like I'm like I'm in it, dude. I'm killing
you're a
animals.
master hunter, dude.
Left and right. Yeah, dude. So like
Left and right.
yeah, dude, if you're an animal, you better fucking run, dude, because I'm coming for you. And
Mel's just poaching these bitches.
yeah, dude.
No
Like
fuck.
they don't care about what season it is. None of that shit matters. You're
no
just
limits,
out
nothing.
there. Yeah,
If you can kill it,
Yes.
you can
So-
fucking have it.
You're like,
So it's multiplayer?
yeah, like as many people as you want. It feels like I don't know how many people you can have like in a lobby or like on a server or whatever. But we were playing with 5 or 6 people like in this one open world. And it's so huge, like of an open world. And-
Enormous, like
That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
kilometers on kilometers. It's probably like what 10 kilometers wide.
Yeah, and
At
like
least.
everything matter. Like if you use the initial like rifle, it doesn't have like good penetration, so it might like hit a pelvic bone and bounce off of the animal or whatever and all this shit. It shows you like your shots like after you kill the animal. So like I've been going and like just completely severing the fucking spine on some
You just want to shoot
deer.
him right behind the shoulder, bro. Like,
Well, that's the problem is like you might not have that angle. You know what I'm saying? So like you're going out, you got to spray yourself down so that they don't smell you.
that's why you gotta like grunt at them, dude. It's like real hunting, dude.
Gotta
Do you
get
have
the
like calls and like
Yeah, you can
antlers
buy
and shit?
calls and so as you kill the animals, you get more money, and you can.
New guns.
yeah,
and
so
new
ready for-
equipment. All that.
Who said so ready for back for blood?
I imagine that's Michael.
Yeah, same, bro.
He's playing some Call of Duty, and yeah, we're all ready for Back for Blood. It
And
looks
yeah,
so good.
I used to do a lot of real hunting with my dad and stuff back in the day, so I'd be interested to like jump in that.
Dude, you should try it. It's fun, and like you can hunt ducks. You can hunt.
Oh, that's fun.
It's an open world, so like you can go and there will be like a black bear like trying to eat like other animals, and like you can fight the black bear and like kill it. But like if a black bear runs out at you, you're basically dead. So like
Yeah.
you gotta hunt.
Pretty much real life.
Yeah. And like you go at it with a little hunting rifle, it's not gonna do much. But like you can upgrade your guns and get like bows and all this stuff. But anyway, so I've been playing that, and then I also got Game Builder Garage for my Switch.
Oh, you got like the full game?
Yeah, I played the little demo, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it because people are gonna make some fun games in this that I want to play, and also I just like fucking around with Game Builder stuff. I always do.
I saw somebody remade F-Zero in it. Did you see that?
Yeah, I have it. I have I went on and got it. Like it's cool, but it's a very crazy thing. I have somebody remade PT. In it, like so,
like really?
Yeah, but it's you have limited assets, but like you can do anything in that game. Like you can make first-person games and stuff, and like all that stuff. So I've been learning how to make like first-person cameras and whatnot.
Wow, so it's like Dreams kind of, but for the Switch.
But for the Switch, and it's like way less assets, and you can't just put in your own. Like you can draw. Like textures and stuff like on the thing, like you can plug a mouse to your Switch dock and like go in and like draw and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
pretty cool indeed.
Very fun, and it has like these really in-depth tutorials like that help you build like 5 different games. One that's like a third person, one that's isometric, one that like uses motion controls, and then one that is like a first person and all this stuff. And like so by the time you get done with all the tutorials, you have a good idea of how the coding and like the logic works and stuff like that. But
man, I'm gonna have to try this.
it's pretty fun. Yeah, download the demo and do the first game of Tag.
Have you made any games?
I just made the tutorial ones so far. Only 3 of them. Like it takes a long time because like it goes through everything. But it's a very simple concept. Like all these little nodons or whatever like are what you use to like connect things. So like it's like it's so Nintendo. Like the little characters are. It's like, oh well, I need to add a left stick. And then you drag this line to another thing, and it's like this left stick will do this or whatever, and you drag a line to it, connecting it. But it gets so complicated at certain parts.
It's
like
got to
the
if
more
you're gonna
advanced
make a
you-
game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the more advanced you get with it.
It's so cool though. But
It sounds badass.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing. So yeah.
So, just mainly Warzone, but I did get a new VR game.
Oh.
So the Hellsplit Arena was on. I think it was on sale, and I looked up a video. I was just going through Steam, seeing what they're having on sale, and I think Hellsplit Arena was on there, and so I picked it up after watching a video, and it's good. It's comparable to Blade and Sorcery, except there's actually like an objective. You do round by round and get money, and then you can buy new weapons or armor and stuff. But the contact, like fighting the enemies and stuff, and it's zombies too. And if you get like a good hit, you can like chop a zombie's head off or cut it in half if you have a big enough weapon. But the biggest issue that I've had though is like I've got a decent enough sword now, and like the contact isn't always there. Like my sword it'll just pass straight.
Detection?
Yeah, it'll pass straight through the enemies sometimes.
I hate that.
And so it's not a Blade and Sorcery by any means, but it's still fun just having an objective.
Did you play Boneworks yet?
No, I'm gonna get Boneworks next.
I
have
You're
played
gonna
it.
like that.
I have played it, but I've never owned it. I played it on a Vive, HTC Vive. And
it's
everything.
one of those games you really need to play like from front to back because it's just a weird experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I played a good hour into the beginning of like the story part of it, going through all the obstacles and then killing a couple things. Like there's like mannequins or something
like that. My thing about Boneworks that I like is that like your hands in game will collide with items in game, so like you can like
everything's interactable.
flip a fucking table over or something if you want to without having to grab it. You just like put your hands under it and lift, you know what I mean? Or like you can lift yourself that way too by pushing on the table. Like things like that. I don't know, like weird things that feel good in VR.
They did it really well, and like the interactability with like the models and everything, and just the most mundane things. Like there could be a water bottle sitting on the counter, you just smack it and they point that out in the beginning of the game. Like everything is interactable.
Yeah, and I heard that
later, Mike.
Take it easy, Michael.
Peace.
Appreciate you stopping by.
I heard Stress Level Zero, the guys who made that game, are working on a native Quest game pretty soon.
Ooh.
That's going to be like physics based and stuff. So that's kind of exciting.
I
to think
guarantee
about.
they integrate hand tracking into it somehow.
Oh, That
much
would be
on that?
cool. I could see it. They integrated the index controllers into Boneworks. I'm pretty sure where you can
Oh
do
yeah.
like the
No,
finger
I played.
tracking
I
and
played
stuff.
the.
Oh, you tried it with the.
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh!
with the fucking index controllers. That's what I meant. I said HTC Vive, which it was an HTC Vive,
But
but
you had index
I meant
controllers?
to specify that it was with index controllers. He
Yeah.
had. It was my ex's younger brother. He had just got weird there for Christmas, and he had just gotten the index controllers,
Ah.
and he let me play it on Boneworks, and it's crazy. Like
I've really
the
wanted to
individual
try 'em.
finger tracking and everything.
I want to play Alex that way. I think that would
Yeah,
be really neat.
I played a little bit of Alex like that.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah. It's,
Ah, man, I heard you can like crush the cans and stuff.
Oh,
Like
I
when
didn't try that.
Like I don't know. That seems pretty
You
neat.
gotta crush the cans, dude. That's a crazy mechanic. No, but it does sound cool. But it's funny whenever you think about it in the aspect that like we could just pick up a can and crush it, but we're like, nah, but virtually though.
Yeah, it's the little things, man. I love the attention to detail in video games. I always have.
Yeah, me too.
And then the only other game that I played this week was that fucking hunting game that Jamal's fond of. I appreciate their like attempt at realism and stuff, but there's some things that they just went too far on.
Yeah, like when you're walking, like if you run for a while, your heartbeat gets up real high, and you have to wait for your heartbeat to drop down before you can actually like
It'll
look
be
through
like
the scope.
swaying
You
the
can see your
fucking-
heartbeat like beating over here, and it takes like a good like 10 seconds before it'll like start to slow down. And then like so, if you chase after something and you pull out your rifle, you're not gonna hit it.
Are there
Yeah,
vehicles?
There's
Yeah,
vehicles,
four-wheelers.
there's four-wheelers.
Because in
and
real
stuff.
hunting, you wouldn't be running around. I mean, you would ride your vehicle to where you think an animal would be, and then you would just calmly like walk through the woods.
Well, that's what you
know
do
what
in
I
the
mean?
game, and like so you crouch, like walk or whatever, and also like if you walk through like all the grass is like
gets patted
animated,
down,
you know, it
yeah,
goes down, and
trails.
like the trees and stuff. Like if you walk through
Oh,
like
so
some
you could
bushes,
track animals that have like by their like
And there's also tracks.
yeah,
on
there's
on the-
actual
lit up on the
visual
ground.
tracks that you
they
can
have like
light up.
rubs and stuff on the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
fun.
pretty-
But there's
depth.
like tracks where like you highlight it, and then it'll point you in the direction that the animal went or whatever,
Oh,
and then
cool.
so like you follow it, but you got to go slow. And like if you walk into a brush, like there's a sound meter, and like if you walk into like trees and like you have the pines like rubbing up against you, it makes sound or whatever. Or, like you step on a twig, it'll be like you know. So it's crazy. It's
sounds
super
fun.
realistic.
My biggest stink with it is just the over exaggeration of the gun handling. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's my biggest stink because
Can you bring like a tripod with you?
No,
I know that sounds
I think
stupid,
you can
but
unlock that stuff later. There's skills and perks you can unlock, and
then
like you
there's
can get a
tree
dog.
stands and
because that's
stuff.
another thing. If I was really hunting, I would have like a fucking like a
Yeah,
some
like
kind
a
of
some
tripod
yeah, like
or
a
something.
rest or
Yeah.
something.
But you can get like a hunting dog that also has his own sets of perks and
Oh,
skills
that's
that you
cool.
can upgrade.
I like the
and
tree
stuff.
stand thing too. I was
Yeah,
thinking
the
about
tree
when you said
stands, they have
bears. I
pop-up
was like,
blinds.
oh man, you should have been in a tree.
You can get a tent and like use it as like a fast travel point or whatever. Like there's like buildings that are the fast
That
that you
sounds
can.
sick, dude.
It's super cool. It's like if Skyrim was nothing but a hunting sim.
Imagine this in VR.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's not.
I'm
That would
sure
be
it'll.
tight.
Yeah, I'm sure
It's such a
somebody will do it.
VR game.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
let's move on to the topic of the show, which is E3 2021 and Summer Game Fest recap part 2.
Part 2.
Part 1 was last week. If you missed it and you want it, go get it.
Yeah.
GameSpeak Podcasts on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But yeah, Brent, give us you got to hop on that Wi-Fi
Yeah,
probably.
I do.
But yeah, so I think it's mainly just Nintendo, right? Who else was it?
Well, last week we forgot to do Devolver Digital, which I feel like has the best E3 conference every year. Fucking their games always suck, but they have the most fun E3 conference. Like they really go all the fuck out, and this year was no exception. Like if you want to like laugh until you almost piss yourself, like go watch fucking Devolver Digital's 2021 E3 conference. It's so fucking funny. But they announced a game called Trek to Yomi, which is like a side-scrolling sword game. It
Okay.
looks like okay. They announced a game called Wizard with a Gun, which is like a co-op top-down game where you're wizards with guns.
Okay.
It actually looks kind of good. There's a game called Inscription, which is a card-playing horror game.
I don't understand how that could even be possible. I feel like they just threw darts at like topics, and they were just like, "All right, whatever it lands on, that's what we're making."
I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one.
Deck
But
builder horror game.
then they announced Devolver Tumble Time, which is a game for your phone. It had a really, really funny advertisement. Like, the whole thing was, like, so funny. I can't stress this enough. Like, if you want to, like, laugh your ass off, seriously go all the way back to, like, 2018 and just watch every Devolver Digital E3 from then to here. Like, you will die. Because they're all, like, interconnected, too. Like, it's like a long-running joke. I don't know.
Huh.
They're super self-aware and funny, and, like, it's just so much fucking funnier than all the other E3s. Then they announced Demon Throttle Physical Exclusive, which will only be available on a physical edition for Switch. No digital coming for this game for some reason.
That's interesting.
Yeah, weird decision on their
Collector.
That's a
part.
good way to not sell your game.
I think they just wanted to do something different. And
Maybe they'll create another collector classic or some shit.
right. Let's see. And then they announced Death's Door, which don't know much about that one. Didn't look that great. They announced a game called Phantom Abyss, which looks like maybe like a massively multiplayer game or something. And then they showed a trailer for Shadow Warrior 3, which actually looked really good. It looks like Doom Eternal, basically.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was Devolver Digital's showcase. So,
All right.
sweat.
Very sweet.
So then we got Nintendo, which was actually I'll save Nintendo for last.
Yeah, let's do the boring stuff.
Yeah, let's see. Bandai Namco did a showcase, which was basically just House of Ashes.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was weird, and like, why even do a showcase? Like, you know,
This is what makes me worried for E3. Like, I feel like no Sony. All the other showcases were fucking trash. Like, besides the big ones like Xbox and Nintendo was all right, but like it's just like, and Sony's not coming back. Sony's done with E3. I just feel like next year is probably going to be the last E3.
that's really sad, man. It's
Because
like,
E3 used to be the fucking conference that we saw all the big shit at.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
it's dying
and
out,
now
man.
now it's.
Anyways, moving on. We got Eureka Studios did a thing, which is basically like a Chinese publisher who's been like porting American games to China, but now they have a bunch of Chinese games they're bringing to America.
Okay.
They've got a game called Loopmancer, which is like it kind of looks like a side-scrolling, roguelike game, but it's like got the same kind of Returnal thing where it's like a Groundhog Day, you die, wake up, do the same thing over and over kind of thing. Then we got Extremely Realistic Siege Warfare Simulator.
What?
Which
I
is
mean, how realistic are we talking?
not
about?
realistic at all. It's like little stick figures fighting each other, but you get like these armies and you like make them fight each other, and then you can like go into the bodies of your like little fighters on the field and like take over and fight. It looks kind of fun.
I can appreciate that.
It looks like a stupid fun. You know what I mean? Then there's a game called Metal Mind, which seems like a just a top-down shooter twin stick kind of game. There's a game called Swordsman X Survival,
Wow.
which is an open world game. Kind of looks like Ghost of Tsushima, but it looks like it plays like Minecraft or something.
What?
I don't really know.
How does that even make sense?
There's a game called Tales of the Wild, which is a survival MMO. There's a game called Immortal Mayor, where you are a
Immortal Mayor?
Immortal Mayor. I think you're basically like a god. It's like a sim building game.
Like black and white? or-
Yeah. There's a game called Reshaping Mars, which is like a terraforming simulator on Mars. There's a game called Mohism Battle of Words, which basically looks like Ace Attorney, but in China.
Okay.
And yeah, that was all they showed off. So not a bad little showcase, Cool that they're bringing some stuff over to the America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
Then we got GameSpot's Play for All showcase. Let's see what we got here.
I have a feeling this is not going to be good.
Not great. Let's just say that. Okay, sorry. Okay. The first trailer was for a game called Unsighted. It was a pixel art roguelike game.
Oh, gosh.
The next trailer was a game called Minds Beneath Us. It was a cyberpunk adventure title with freaky horror foreshadowing, blah, blah, blah. a game called. Okay, this one's weird. It's called Super Drink Bros, and it's basically like Super Smash Bros, except it's like 3D, and you're like third person perspective, and like everybody's a beverage, so it was like a Coke can and a can of Pepsi like beating the shit out of each
Wait,
other.
actual brand names though?
No, it was like
Okay.
it said like Popsy on it, or like Cool.
You knew which ones
you know
were
what I mean?
which.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
but-
good.
and
If
then-
it would have been the actual brands, then I would have been in. But like, nah.
dang, that's harsh, bro.
I mean, like, think about what's the hype here, though. Yeah, I mean, like, if you had fucking Dr. Pepper taking on Pepsi, bro, like, I'd be in. Like, I'd play that
Well,
game.
it's not just like branded sodas. It's also like other beverages. Like I think a smoothie came in at one point, started whooping some ass.
See, this is where Facebook ads would work. You get Smoothie King smoothies. You know, you get like Coca-Cola.
Integrated ads.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, they missed out on that.
Okay. Moving on, they announced Rainbow Billy Curse of the Leviathan, which is like, it kind of had like an Adventure Time kind of look to it, and it was like this kid hopping around, like spreading color everywhere.
Yeah, that's Rainbow Billy. Dude.
Yelling,
Yeah.
yelling about math. And
Like
shit.
some kid, Rainbow Billy.
Yeah, Rainbow Billy. It
Act
wa-
like you don't know who Rainbow Billy is.
It looked okay.
Uh,
Then they announced this game called El Paso Elsewhere, which it kind of looked like an old school like Max Payne era game, and they even said like that they were inspired by Max Payne. So it's like a slow-mo third-person shoot 'em up game where you're like fighting your way through like a haunted hotel. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks weird, but like
all
they were
over
like,
the board on that
Is your
one.
family dead?
I think you're trying to get to your wife or something. I don't
Okay.
know. It looks
Before the ghosts
it
kill
looks
her,
pretty
or
good,
like-
dude. Like it looks really stupid but good at the same time. Like I don't know. That's one to keep your eye on for sure. Then they announced Block'em Game, which I have no idea. I honestly don't even remember that trailer. Then they announced Rain on Your Parade, where you control a cloud and put water on
I've
things.
seen that. I've seen a trailer for that a while ago.
Well, it's coming now.
Sounds entertaining.
Then they announced a game called Spiral, which seems like a really sad game about some old guy with dementia.
Oh, wonderful.
That sounds fucking terrible.
It sounds real
Dementia
sad. I mean,
simulator.
the game itself looked like, like it was well made. It just seemed real sad.
Yeah.
Like, if you want some real sad shit, that might be one to keep your eye on.
I play games for dopamine, right? Like,
I just like to cry.
Okay. And then they announced Lost Eidolons, which had like a Fire Emblem vibe. Then they announced a game called Soup Pot, which is like a Cooking Mama type game.
Ooh, nice.
Except you're like, it's more realistic, I guess. Like you don't have any like cookbook or instructions. They just tell you what to make, and you just have to like get ingredients.
Gordon
in the
Ramsay
game and
just
make
yells
it.
at you the whole time.
It looks kind of cool. Then they announced a game called Tandem: A Tale of Shadows, which is like a puzzle game. Then they announced Fractured Veil, which is like a survival game set in Maui. Then they announced Lab Rat, which it's a puzzle game, another puzzle game. And then they announced She Dreams Elsewhere, which is a retro RPG taking place in a mall full of enemies.
Okay.
Then they announced Derpy Conga, an adorable Pikmin-esque platformer. Then they announced Freshly Frosted, which looks to be a puzzle game. A lot of these are like indie games.
Obviously.
I couldn't tell.
And then they announced Chinatown Detective Agency, which is like a cyber noir game where you have to do like research and puzzles and stuff. Then they announced Blind Fate Ito no Yami. Had an interview and a trailer discussing a blind protagonist. The interview, I don't know. I don't remember that one either, honestly. Brewmaster, the beer brewing simulator, is coming. And What the Duck made a surprise entrance. This action game is chaotic and weird and looks pretty good. It was like a duck going around kicking ass. I don't know.
Okay.
And then they announced a game called Townscaper. It's like a town building game. They announced a game called Onsen Master. It said it was inspired by Spirited Away, and you like manage a hot springs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And anyways, that's all they announced at the GameSpot Play for All show.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty weak showcase. And then we got Nintendo.
Yeah. This showcase to me was like a bittersweet. Like, I don't know how to explain it. When we get into it, we'll talk.
Yeah, we definitely will, because we got some shit to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
So the first thing they announced is Tekken's Kazuya Mishimi was announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I'm sure is exciting to a lot of people, but like to me, it's like we already got the Street Fighter guy, and like it's basically the fucking same game to me. You know what I mean?
You
So
could
it's
be
like-
careful with that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, the Tekken guy is like throwing them off of
All the
the
characters
mountain,
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny.
except
And
for
Kirby just like
Kirby,
floats
yeah.
back.
And that's because Kirby doesn't die. Kirby, even in the original like showcase for like the Super Smash Bros, Kirby was the only one that survived like that apocalypse at the beginning, and then he like saves everybody. Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, where he's getting like attacked. Yeah.
He's always got to be the savior. Anyways,
Kirby.
They announced Metroid Dread is coming to Nintendo Switch on October 8th.
I feel bad for Metroid fans, kind of.
why?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because,
it
like,
sucks that they
everybody
didn't
was
get the
hoping-
Prime 4, but
Yeah, everybody was
you know,
hoping for the
this
Prime
is
4.
still pretty cool, especially
Yeah.
since it's going back to the original like Metroidvania formula. This is the first like 2D Metroid game, like original 2D Metroid game in like
It'll
20
probably be the
years or some
last
shit.
too, because it's supposed to be the finale to all of them. It's Metroid 5. Metroid Dread is Metroid 5, and so like whenever you play this game, the beginning of it is going to have like a little prologue that sums up the story from the last 2D games, like, and catches you up, and then this is supposed to be the final game of that whole arc.
Cool.
You know, so but it looks pretty tight. Like that game, like if you in the trailer, it has that Metroidvania thing to it, but it also has like this weird robot that chases you the whole time.
So,
Yeah.
it's like it's indestructible until you find a certain like weapon to use to destroy it.
Yeah, apparently you can kill it at some point, but there's
have to
like
run
pros and
until then.
cons to
Yeah.
like killing it. Like if you kill it, it causes issues or something. Like it's some weird thing, but like the whole time you're trying to like you can stealthily avoid it or like cause it to stun it and do different things. But it seems interesting.
I don't know why they have all this shit out of order, but I'll go ahead and just read it so I don't get lost.
Yeah, for sure.
They got the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I hope it's not more of just the same. And like
it looks a lot like more of the same, but some of the little abilities he was using and stuff look different and kind of fun. But honestly, I just want him to go back to the original Zelda formula.
Yeah,
like
same.
I don't want the big open world. I want like just a traditional Zelda game, and I'm hoping that's why they labeled this Breath of the Wild 2. So when they go to the next entry in the Zelda franchise, it's not just another big.
Well, it's not actually called Breath of the Wild 2. They even said that that's a placeholder name right now. So
Well, I don't like that.
yeah.
I don't like
Also,
that at all.
A thing about it,
Sorry
if
about
you
it.
notice, there's a lot of conspiracies going on around this game right now because in the trailer for it, you never once see Link's face. So people are saying like that it's probably like you're gonna end up playing as
Zelda or something.
Zelda or something at some point, like maybe like in the upper area, like in the Sky City area, you're going to be playing as Link, and then maybe on the ground you play as someone else, or vice versa. And then he had like this weird robotic arm, like at one point in the trailer.
It's actually Finn from Adventure Time.
It is Finn from Adventure Time, or like people were saying like maybe that's like a callback to Twilight Princess. Like it looked like some of the technology from that game.
Well, and the
like-
like fucking floating cities kind of
Skyward
see
Sword.
like a throwback to Skyward Sword. Yeah.
Which would make sense. I mean, like they're putting Skyward Sword out, like the remaster or whatever. So maybe that there's a reason they're doing that. Like it'll call back to that game. But I don't know. I'm hoping that they get rid of the weapon destruction, and then like if for whatever reason the weapon durability thing is gone, I'm down for whatever this game is. you know?
Yeah.
Like just let me keep my weapons.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyways.
Okay, and then we got Mario Party Superstars announced for October 29th. I don't know if I'm like mad about this or happy about this.
It's the bittersweet.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
bittersweet. It's like, this is great, but this is what Super Mario Party should have been.
This should just be DLC for the existing Super Mario Party game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know how to ring them wallets.
so they said there's going to
Every
be
penny.
100 mini games and 5 classic boards from the Nintendo 64 era, which I think sounds fucking dope.
Yeah.
And I will buy this game.
Damn.
For
but
sure.
I'm going to be mad as hell while I'm buying it.
The 100 mini games are from the older games too. They're like all the older mini games.
Bruh,
like,
just take my
Fuck.
fucking
I gotta
money,
go Switch
dude.
now. Like, yeah.
But-
Oh my god.
Also, this one's gonna have online play
Yeah.
to where if you're playing online with somebody and you guys got to stop midway through, the next time you get back online, it'll pick up where you left off, like on the board game or whatever.
That's
So
pretty neat. So you
pretty
could do like
cool.
a 100-turn game and just come back to it.
Yeah,
when you want.
whenever, and so like it's gonna be pretty nice. But it is gonna be $60, just like the last one. It's like how they keep doing
Fucking
that shit.
bastards.
Like,
Man, those bastards.
that DLC is what. That's all that is DLC. It's only 5 boards, but
Yeah.
it is the original one, so it's gonna be tight.
It's still more boards than the fucking new game that they put out. Like,
It's
fucking
crazy.
All right. Anyways, they announced a Game & Watch handheld with 4 Legend of Zelda games on it. So that's pretty cool. It's to celebrate Link's 35th anniversary. So
He's a man now.
yeah.
He's a man.
It's gonna have Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, which is one of my favorite fucking Zelda games. And it's gonna have a special Game & Watch game with Link instead of Game & Watch. So
Yeah.
seems pretty cool. Coming November 12th. If you're a collector, it might be worth picking up.
For sure.
Then they announced WarioWare Get It Together, which
Okay, yeah.
is freaking dope, dude. Like, I love the WarioWare games.
Me too.
But to the thought of playing like a co-op like WarioWare game just seems so frantic and fun, and like I don't know, I can totally get behind it.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely in. Like, I already know WarioWare is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
They never fail with
No,
WarioWare.
they don't miss with those games. They really don't.
The micro games are so fun.
They
And
really are.
They're bringing back all the little like characters from the old WarioWare game.
I
Like,
think this is something my girlfriend would play with me too and enjoy, just
Oh, yeah.
because like it's so short and like fun. You don't have to sit there and play for hours. We could just play a little bit and then.
Oh yeah, WarioWare always takes me back to WarioWare Touch, to like having my first DS and
Oh
like
man.
Yeah,
just
that's
playing
the
on the
one where-
brick.
Yeah.
The one
so
on Game
good.
Boy Advance was good too.
Yeah, it was.
They were all good, dude. I haven't played a bad WarioWare game.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad it's been like what, like how a long ass time since they put out a WarioWare.
There was
Dude.
one on the Wii.
Yeah, there was one
there?
on the Wii.
I didn't play the Wii one.
Let me see.
It wasn't good
Oh,
apparently, but
Wow.
yeah.
Speaking of Game Boy Advance games that haven't come out in a long ass time, Advance Wars 1 and 2 are getting a reboot this holiday. I'm not personally that excited about this because I never played these games, but a lot of people are like fucking
Yeah, it's like
super obsessed with Advance Wars. Like it's like a big deal. It's like
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
But the way that they made the game looks kind of trash to me.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. But again, it's got a big enough following
Yeah.
where people will buy this, But it's just like, I feel like they could have gone artistically a different route.
Yeah, it looks like they started to make a game and didn't put all the textures on it. So
Yeah.
it looks like just like a beta of a game.
Like they just gave up halfway through.
Uh-huh. But apparently they were saying that it was made to look like toys. Like, I'm like, no, it just looks like nothing. Like y'all just didn't make it.
Bad
That's
CGI.
weird.
But anyways,
Okay. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope got
Whoa.
new gameplay. So,
Great.
there's more on that, I guess.
How the hell did those two universes come together?
Ubisoft
Yeah.
team up, but it's like an
I've heard
XCOM
it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got like 10s across the board. The original one did.
Okay. Life is Strange True Colors and Life is Strange Remastered Collection are coming to Switch's library later this year, which is pretty cool. I think that'd be fun
Yeah.
to have on the go.
Probably the best way to play that. I mean, just to have it on Switch.
Yeah.
You know.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Cloud version is headed to Switch later this year. So, the game that everybody's freaking out about. Well, not everybody's freaking out about.
Who's freaking
I don't
out?
think anybody's freaking out about it.
Everybody's kind of skeptical of,
But
a little scared, maybe.
It is coming out soon, and it will be on Switch, so there you go. Mario Golf Super Rush is getting free post-launch updates that include new golfers and courses.
Good.
So that's pretty cool.
They owe us that
Right.
after Super Mario Party.
Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water was announced for Nintendo Switch, which is pretty cool. I think that's going to be a lot of fun with the motion controls on the Switch and stuff.
Hopefully. I feel like Fatal Frame hasn't been a good game for a long time. You know?
I'm really hoping that this one is, because it's got the following. You know, there's enough people that care about Fatal Frame that's like, it would be worth making it good.
For sure.
They announced Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is making its way to Switch in September, which I think will fall right at home on the Switch.
Yeah.
Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania was
This
officially
is cool.
announced. Yeah, so this is going to have 300 delightfully recreated stages from the original 3 Super Monkey Ball games, 12 mini games, and a big cast of characters. It's coming October 5th, 2021. So
I
that's
love Monkey
pretty
Ball.
cool. Yeah. Another one that a lot of people, I think, are going to be excited about is Shin Megami Tensei 5 got an official release date. It's coming November 12th, so you don't have to wait that much longer for the next entry in the Shin Megami Tensei series. And it's going to be a Switch exclusive, so kind of weird that it's going to be a Switch exclusive. But I think a lot of people, I feel like people will buy a Switch just to play that. There's some people that are that diehard on, on that series, you know. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin got a new trailer.
It's like a RPG version of it's like Pokemon almost like
yeah, like you befriend the monsters and then fight other monsters.
Instead of just
they can, like-
smacking them to death.
yeah, basically it's like instead of like an action RPG, it's like just an actual like turn-based RPG.
It kind of makes the normal game more morbid if you think about
yeah,
it. You
it's
know?
like how do you get to befriend these monsters that in like the actual game you just fucking kill them and then you turn them into coats and shit.
Yeah.
And not in a fast process either. It is a long, drawn out hacking away at this monster for 45 fucking minutes. Like.
And then you take their body parts and turn them into fucking armor.
It's hardcore, dude.
That'd be like
Imagine
if in
there's a
Pokemon.
Pokemon game like that, like Pokemon Hunter's World.
You're
and
just
you
wearing
go around-
Pikachu's skin on your head, like it's like a hat.
Dude, you just jump out with a katana and like hack a fucking Charizard to death. Like,
Geodude armor. Like.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. You just like threw a Geodude off a cliff, so he shattered. Just like,
it's fucking
Christ.
hilarious. Okay, and then they announced Danganronpa Decadence. It collects 4 Danganronpa games and packs them into one visual novel package.
Amazing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I've heard it's good.
You know, that's one game I've always almost bought, but like I don't really know where to start, you know, because it says it's got fucking.
Well, this one comes with the 4, right?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I'll probably start with this one, because they're all named weird shit. You know, like the Japanese games are all like fucking crazy names. It's like
Yeah.
it's never just 1, 2, 3. You know.
No.
Anyways,
yeah.
Bunch of letters and random names like sprinkled in.
yeah,
Same thing with anime titles too. Anime titles are getting out there.
it is. It's true. Okay, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 skates on a Switch on June 25th. We talked about this just now.
Mm-hmm.
Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods Part 1 is available now on Switch. Strange Brigade is a co-op third-person adventure that is available now on Switch.
Okay.
Just Dance 2022 will have you dancing in November.
Wow.
Worms Rumble is coming to Nintendo Switch, and it's probably already on
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch.
it'll be
actually.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruisin' Blast speeds on a Nintendo Switch
Which
in
is
fall
weird.
2021. Yeah, it's weird to
It's
see
a
another.
cruising game.
Yeah. So Cruisin' is just totally arcade game. I don't know if any of you guys even have been to an arcade.
It was also on N64 and stuff like Cruising USA and stuff like that.
You're right.
Yeah. So.
But it's more arcadey, I guess, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like it's only an arcade game, but it's like not a sim.
It's a classic arcade racer.
Yeah.
Like developed for the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, and that was the Nintendo show. So
Yeah.
pretty
Also,
decent showing.
they had that Doki Doki game that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Apparently, a Doki Doki something literature club is coming to Switch as well.
IGN just loves to leave shit out. Like
They do.
fucking-
Yeah. Like they're like, we'll just put what we want. You know.
that didn't seem that important. Whatever.
Yeah. But apparently that's a thing that's happening. But yeah, I thought the Nintendo show was decent. They didn't show Metroid. They didn't
No.
show the new Switch. There's a lot of stuff that like, and I remember saying this the week before. It's like whatever you expect from Nintendo, you're gonna get the opposite.
Yeah,
so-
you did.
I
You did
actually
say
feel
that
like
too.
we got a better show than I was expecting from Nintendo.
See,
Me
you-
personally.
that's what I'm saying. Whatever you expect,
gotta
you're
let-
gonna
you
get the
gotta set the bar
opposite.
low.
You were expecting bad,
Ah.
you got good.
Yeah.
I was expecting good, I got mediocre.
Mediocre, yeah.
It was like they brought out all the B tier like
And-
games. They were just like,
Some of that stuff got me hyped. Like as much as I hate it, as much as I'm mad about it, I'm super psyched for Mario Party, dude. I
Oh, me
can't wait
too.
to play that shit.
Mario Party, Mario Golf. Like like I said, it's the B tier. They brought out like they were just like, hey guys, get off the bench. We need something. No, we ain't got games right now. But
until,
it
until I
works.
get a Switch, none of this has any relevance to me, unfortunately.
Mm.
I gotta get in. Man, I've been too far removed from Nintendo. The last time I really had Nintendo was the fucking Wii.
You might as well just
Damn.
wait for the
Yeah.
fucking Mega Switch to come out.
Yeah, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to get one though.
Whatever you expect, you'll get the opposite. I'm never gonna get one. Nintendo just gives you one. But yeah, so that's it for the topic of the show. If you want to, check out all the E3 content, be sure to check out last week's episode as well. We're gonna move on to the People's Champ.
Who is the
Brent.
People's Champ?
Who is thy champion?
Oh my goodness, mate. We got some champions this week. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Let me think about this.
Uh-oh.
Y'all keep him entertained for
Oh,
one
aye.
second.
All right.
Oh,
So-
fuck.
hello, Devin.
Well, hello, Jamo.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh my.
no.
Yeah, they are pretty long-winded questions though. I,
Yeah,
I was
sorry,
looking.
it's like a book here.
Yeah,
that's,
they're.
that's good though, because then we got some thoughtful questions this week.
Man, but I don't like thinking, y'all. Like this is
Yeah.
requiring a lot. Honestly, it's
All
becoming
right.
too much.
I hate to do it again. I hate to do it every week, but he just comes with the heat. It's Aaron
Oh,
Jones,
this-
baby.
this
It's Aaron
motherfucker.
Jones. It's a
We gotta
nosy
send him
Jonesy,
a-
baby.
We gotta send him a T-shirt.
Yeah, I
you
think
Or a
he's-
cease and desist.
Yeah. Okay, so Aaron Jones says, do you think larger developers have fallen into the habit of not taking risks and playing it safe when it comes to games due to not wanting to flop on such huge investment? Do you think smaller companies / indie developers are getting more creative and willing to take more risks? To tie into this, I recently heard that Xbox will cover development costs with devs to get their game on Game Pass.
I think AAA. It just depends on who it is. Like EA is gonna do EA shit. Blizzard Activision is gonna do Blizzard Activision shit, which is not very like outside the scope of what they've always done. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever they're gonna put out is gonna have extreme playability, and it's something that's already been tried too.
Yeah,
Like,
but Bethesda, though, on the other hand, is a AAA company that I think is kind of they try new shit. Like they went with the Fallout 76, didn't work out. And then the ESO did work out though. Like they did try their hand at multiplayer stuff, even though they were originally a single player. Like
Yeah.
that
focused
is a
thing.
good contrast, actually. Fallout 76 and ESO.
And then Fallout Shelter, like they tried a bunch of different shit. They went to mobile. They're going back with Starfield to single player focused story mode. So like I feel like some companies like to try shit. Ubisoft, I feel like they repeat the same stuff mostly, but they do expand. Like they have little indie type games with like Unravel and shit like that. They have like experimental games, but then they have your fucking Watch Dogs and like Far Cry 6, literally 6 of them. So it's like
Yeah.
it just depends.
I think some companies think they're playing it safe and end up shooting themselves in the foot, like BioWare, like the Anthem
CD
situation.
CD
I think
Projekt
they
Red.
saw Anthem and they thought, okay, this is what's hot right now, Destiny style game. You know what I mean? This seems safe,
Well,
But in
Okay.
reality, it's not what people wanted.
at the same time, well, if they would have done Anthem right though,
Yeah.
Anthem could have been a lot.
You think?
Definitely.
I mean, I was super excited about it before it fucking just swamped, like with just a dead,
The problem,
like a dead universe and everything.
The problem is Destiny took 5 years to be made. Anthem was like, hey, we can do this in 2 years, and then it was just trash. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and people like the way the game played. Like, people like the way it felt, like the controls and the flying around and all that shit. But
Customizable suits.
it was just like
everything,
an empty world, you know, and there was nothing to do, and like people were already bored with it after like a week.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my point is, I think they thought it was a safe thing to do. You know what I mean? I think
True.
the idea of like hopping on the
Financially,
live
yeah.
service games like seemed like a good idea from a business perspective.
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely. It was definitely a safe thing to do financially. But then, they shot themselves in the foot. But as for the indie people trying different things, I don't even agree with that because there's so many roguelike, like 2D side-scrolling Metroidvanias. Like, if I see another Metroidvania, dude, like, I just don't I don't understand, like, why the indie scene, like, besides, like, PC indie is different, than console indie. Console indie titles are all the same. Like, a lot of them are,
I think the reason it might seem like indie developers are willing to take more risks are because the indie games that stand out are different. You know what I mean?
The fresh ones. Yeah.
There's like a million indie games, and the like 20 or 30 that are popular and
like
really
Among Us,
unique.
and
I-
Five
I've
Nights
found
at
their-
Freddy's.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you take their budget and what they have to work with, and they've got to do something that like you said, stands out and be unique with not. They can't go over the top graphics like these AAA titles and stuff.
Yeah.
So they've got to really come with a fresh idea, and like
So yeah, he's right. They
Yeah.
are creative, but the problem
But
is
for every one creative game,
yeah.
there's 100
Yeah.
knockoff versions of the same
Exactly.
game. You know?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how many indie games are exactly the same game. Like, it just blows my mind. I'm like, dude, you guys sat down and you were like, hey, let's make that game, the game that's already out, but like,
And then put the work in to make it. Like,
yeah, it's like, come on, dude, try something different. I think that's where you got companies like Double Fine, where they were originally like indie, and they were just like, let's be as
Hey,
creative as
don't you talk
fuck.
bad about Double Fine.
I'm
dude.
talking good. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
I was about to say, I don't
Uh,
know
where
where it's
did you
coming.
get- where
but
did you
don't
get
drop
bad?
a bomb on Double Fine right now.
Where did you
Just
hear
anytime
anything?
that
I was
ball
waiting
goes to
for
top-
it, dude.
No, I was saying, like, that's where you get like back in the day, indies had to be creative. Like Double Fine came out with nothing but creative, and
Yeah.
but,
true.
but nowadays it's like creative is just or like indie is just copy something that's already done but make it indie. And it just doesn't work. Or at least in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that love indie games, and I do too. It just has to be special.
Well, yeah, and I
You
think to the point that me and Brent were making is the ones that do work and do become successful are the creative ones
Yeah,
that
and
they
usually the
introduce
ones
this new
with
idea.
passion behind it.
Shovel
like,
Knight. Shovel
like
Knight was great.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew
you know?
Valley. Like Stardew Valley was like, okay, yeah, there's already there's a niche for this type of game, but they stopped making the game. So like there was this hole in the industry that was missing, and so he was like, I'm gonna fill that hole. But
It's
people are
also
like,
got a certain spirit about it that you can just tell.
Yeah.
Like every little detail in that game was made with like just
Love.
love. Yeah.
But my thing is like, it's like, he's like, all right, I see this hole. It needs to be filled. He filled it. Everybody else sees, oh, there's 400 million Dark Souls games. I need to make one. It's like,
Soulsborne.
I need to make sure mine's like never played. Like just crazy shit. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that's our answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Brent, what you got?
Moving on. We got Hans Yodel here.
Oh, the Yoder.
He says, this holiday season looks like it's going to be amazing for games. There's so much coming out, I don't even know where to begin. What are you guys most amped for? Right now, I'm looking at that new Fallout London, Lost Ark, and probably too many to name.
Yeah, did you see the Fallout London thing?
Yeah,
I saw a little bit of it.
it's like a mod, right?
It's
Yeah.
but it's like a whole campaign,
Yeah,
like
new area. They created whole new enemies and a new lore too.
yeah, like lore and quests.
I mean, if
and
I
stuff.
can figure out how to fucking mod that shit, I'm so down to play it.
The thing, I feel like if they're doing London, they should have like Austin Powers references somewhere, like
Or just have one character that goes roaming around. You run into him randomly, and he'll be like an Austin Powers type.
yeah,
That
or
would be
he just
hilarious.
only says like lines from the movie.
Yeah,
they just say-
baby.
Shagadelic.
But yeah,
that would be
that
great.
looks
Oh,
exciting.
fuck.
The thing I'm most excited for, though, I think is strangely Halo Infinite. Like, I'm not excited, but I am. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most because I want to see how it plays out. And I want to play the campaign. I'm very upset that Cortana is no longer a thing, but she better still exist.
I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is Resident Evil 4 in VR, probably.
Well, then
Oh,
we all
nice.
three got different things.
What's your
What you
thing?
got?
Motherfucking Battlefield. That's all I'm excited for.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right.
2042, bring it. I've been waiting for a modern Battlefield for a long time.
Oh, well, you're about to get your wish.
I am.
I'm
Yeah.
happy for you.
You and all the bots, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, at least I'll feel like I'm good.
That's true.
Okay, we got Joey Burgos. Oh my God.
Drive by Joe.
Drive by Joe. He
Oh,
says,
man, the government.
"What
Yeah.
would be y'all's dream job?
Dude, dream job? I
Just
think
get paid a fuckload to do this?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
yeah, probably this or like anything to do with the gaming industry. I think like just to be in it, like I think
Is this
That's
with
hard.
current skills, or can we imagine? some
imagine
skills?
imagine you have
Here's
skills.
my imaginary dream job. I want to be this guy that all the big name game testers call in to like right when their games goes gold, they're like, okay, bring in the guy, and and they bring me in and they let me play the game, and then they're like, what'd you think? And
You're
I'm
like, you forgot the pickles.
I give them a thumb up or thumbs down. Yeah, I hide the pickles under my tongue.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I like that idea, but I think I want the ability to understand like logic a little bit better. I want to make a game. I really want to, but every time I start making one, I get lost. Like I get so caught up in the part of like making things function that I get overwhelmed and I just back off.
That's too much work for it to be my dream job. I want to be like a rapper or something, or like something just awesome, something really easy.
Well, I imagine if I understood it, it wouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going in and I'm like, because I have like ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to
So
be.
you just
creative.
need to be the guy who pitches the ideas. That could be your dream job. You
You
go
know-
in, you pitch your idea, and you get like an army of little goons to fucking make your idea. You're like Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, but I think Hideo
He
actually
can make his
program.
shit. Yeah, he's good, but you know.
That's the thing, and
But
like
he doesn't have to now. Is the point?
it was cool watching like his like whenever he made the original like Metal Gear Solid. There's like a making of like for the PlayStation version of it, and like he's like got all these Legos set up. Like he would use Legos to build the scene like that
I
of the
saw
level.
that. That's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
cool.
like running the camera through it, like the way that it would go through the cutscene, and like they, play by play, like would use the Legos to make the cutscenes and
That's
stuff.
pretty cool.
I was
So-
like, that would be fun, like old school game design, like just sitting there with like a bunch of guys, like trying to come up with like levels and story and like piecing
Pile
it all
of
together.
Legos.
Yeah, dude, it's cool. But yeah, that's mine. Devin.
Well, so from a very young age, I always wanted to be in video game development. My first semester at SAM, I went into graphic design to try to get into that route. So yeah, it would definitely be like a top tier video game developer or designer too. I was always very interested in like lore design and character development, all that shit, and then also mechanics too. Like, when I remember being like 10 years old, I wrote up like a whole game of like what I would want it to be, like open world this, and you can go and do all this kinds of shit and this and that. I think it was like based in the Star Wars universe too.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely like a top tier video game designer / developer.
That would
Hell
be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and then the close second would be like something to do with like running a zoo or some shit, some
Oh, yeah.
wildlife.
Some kind of zoo related thing would be cool for sure.
Yeah, some wildlife would be dope.
I don't want to be outside. I couldn't do the zoo thing. It's just too hot outside.
Maybe, what if it was in a nice state where it's not hot outside?
Colorado.
If it was Colorado, I think I could handle it. And like you're just like out there chilling with the aminals.
Yeah.
Like I'm down with that. But like anywhere else,
You wouldn't want to
it
be
ain't
like
happening.
the penguin feeder at the zoo? Like
Hell
just-
no. Can you imagine being in the Houston Zoo like in this weather right now and like
Yeah, but you'd be in the penguin exhibit. It'd be cold as hell.
Oh, in the penguin. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Specifically feeding the penguins. That would be your
Yeah,
job.
that's fine. Yeah, like if I just take care of the penguins, sure. You know, like. But I have a feeling you don't just get to take care of the penguins. They're like, hey, go, you know, clean up the
Go
rhino
shovel some
shit.
shit.
Yeah. Out in the blistering heat.
That's why I wanted to be running the shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyways,
so big brain.
thanks for the questions, guys. We're gonna wrap up the show now
Hopefully with some facts.
Brent's.
It's Brent's Price is Right knockoff. Hey!
What is happening?
Okay, so it was gonna be a question, but I was like half asleep last night, and basically, you guys are gonna guess the price of the Salvador Mundi, which is Leonardo da Vinci's most expensive painting ever sold. The most expensive painting ever sold.
Okay,
at
we have to
auction.
guess the price of.
You have to guess the price. Whoever gets the closest without going over
Okay.
wins a new car.
Wow. Okay.
Can I get that in writing?
Yeah. Put the.
And none of that betting 1 cent over your opponent shit. Like, no.
Yeah,
You can't
okay.
just wait and then bet a cent higher. It doesn't
And
work.
this is the most expensive painting ever sold.
Ever sold.
Okay, then I'm gonna
So
say
it's hella expensive.
I'm gonna say 2 billion.
Okay. What do you think, Devin?
I was gonna go like 1.2 billion.
Oh, you guys both went way over.
No. Okay.
So let's go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, I
and
didn't
let's
think.
start
well,
over.
billion was a reach. Like
We
600,
busted here.
600 million.
Okay, what do you think, Jamel?
I'm gonna say 70 million.
Okay, Devin went over, so Jamel was the closest without going over. It was 450.3 million.
Wow, so far off. But
Devin was actually closer, but
but
he went
way
over.
over, yeah.
Yeah, so
sucks.
Mm.
Price
Sucks,
is
man.
Right rules.
Shouldn't
you
have busted. No.
Never liked that game show.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
the show.
That's the show.
Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. And check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity if you missed the live show. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel, and Brent at BrentHas1, that's the number 1, and Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.
Later.